Hello, my sweet goats. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! We have Tom Sweeny with us. Tom Sweeny. What? What'd you say? Oh, you're trying to piggyback out the hype? Now, yeah. I got a glass. Man, listen. I have a glass of wine, and I got a bottle of wine right next to me, and it's like not even labeled, so I don't even know what kind of wine it is. It doesn't matter. It's just it's white wine. Are you drinking something right now? Okay, what kind of beer? Because I can't see you, but it's okay. It's not for me. It's like, like I'm looking into a camera. I'm acting like I'm looking right at you, but the reality is I'm looking at an inanimate object that just. That's fine, man. Don't worry about that. Please stop. Don't freak out about that. That's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. How you doing? I'm fine, man. I'm fine. So let's talk a little bit about the aggravation that we just had. Do you want to like get into that right away? Want to get that over with so we can just start relieve that tension. So what happened? What happened right there? Yeah. They can't. Sorry, wait, Tom, man, Tom. For some reason, they can't. Why don't you just do the desktop audio? No, don't you, Tom. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the producer right now.
I'll catch you.
They can't hear Tom. Oh,
They can't hear.
I'm tripping out.
Again.
Oh my God. Okay. We're good. Okay, Tom. They weren't able to hear you for a little bit, but now they can. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no,
See, we can add this to the story. I was talking absolutely. For a second, I'm just like fucking barking on my own. Tom. So that was a real messy start. Now you have to understand, I'm working in a new studio here for these interviews, and like the thing is that because I have like an actual like scene set up now, I have no control over what's happening. So it's like up to my producers, and it's not like a Google Hangouts regular call where, people normally they just like make a Google Hangout stream and then they just start the stream now button and it's like just boom, that's it. Have you ever been in one?
I've been in a few of them, so yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I feel you.
Yeah. Are you gonna get rowdy with me tonight, man?
I'm going to try to keep it as completely not ignorant as possible, but I mean, I'm known to push the threshold pretty far.
I know, but right now you sound like you're in a suit and a tie right now, and you're in the middle of a corporate setting.
I got you. I'm sorry. This is me, this professional. This is me as my the non-character. Tom Sweeny will come out as the time progresses.
Oh, so wait, you're not Tom Sweeny? I'm not. I thought I know Tom Sweeny. Like, I thought you're always Tom Sweeny.
No. When you met me, you met like the person. Tom is an entity. He's the ignorance that dwells within me. Actually, he lives in the darkest corners of every hood.
But you're exactly the same, man. I don't get it. You say crazy shit in IRL. Like you're like.
I do say crazy shit, but it's usually for the lulls.
Yeah, of course.
I do it for the memes.
Of course. Tom Sweeny.
But
would you say that Tom Sweeny? Okay, so then would you say Tom Sweeny is your best self?
Tom Sweeny is the worst parts of me. He is the most. He is the me that never left like the inner New York City, like just kept being ignorant, kept like just calling people out for being different. So that's the worst part of me.
Yeah, but you're not like
he's the funnier part.
Yeah, but
he gets the laugh.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the best part. I mean, sorry, I'm fuck, man. I gotta stop drinking alcohol because I swear to God, every time I drink alcohol, I gotta burp. Oh, it's disgusting. I do apologize. Yeah, listen. I've always like seen you as just Tom Sweeny, right? Like when I met you, it's just like you would say, you're like, it's like, and the thing is that, I think that if he's the funniest part of you, funny is the best, So I would say like,
the funny is the best, but I'm also very much so not as like outwardly ignorant as I portray myself in Chris's videos.
Okay, yeah, I got you, of course, but it's like so obvious. It's so obvious that you're joking. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
I know it's obvious that I'm joking, but sometimes I say stuff that's just like, fuck.
You're like,
man.
Did I just say that? Yeah, I know. Sometimes yeah, man. You know what I used to do when I was like full blown like Bunty King, and I was like live streaming on YouTube. I started off as. Do you know like how I started off on YouTube?
I do not know actually. Honestly, I heard about you. I watched one of your videos because of Chris before I met you, and then you were just at my house one day, and we hit it off. Then we just became friends. Same thing with like you and Derek.
Yeah,
I kind of met you guys like right around the time where I found out about your YouTube personality. So it was kind of weird. But now we're cool, so fuck it.
Well, I'm exactly the same for the most part. I mean, I just I definitely bring any kind of aggression I had. Like if any kind of like if there's some kind of negative emotion that I'm carrying, I definitely kind of like eliminate it when I'm on camera, or like kind of push it to the side, or only let it come out in like little bits. But I'm definitely a little bit louder when the camera's on. But for the most part, I feel like I am myself. Like, would you say that I am? You're
definitely as genuinely good as you are all the time.
No. I'm not saying that. Forget me being good. I could be a genuine shit guy. I'm just saying like it's like.
Oh no, like it's you. Like
yeah, it's like I don't feel like I just think I'm just a little bit louder. So with you, I feel like you're also the same. Like you're a little bit louder. You got this. You're just naturally a funny dude. That's the thing. Like you say things that
I am.
Yeah,
I am naturally funny. I give myself that. I'm pretty funny. But the whole thing is that in my household, we have this really, really terrible dynamic, but it works for us.
Yeah, you live with Chris Reagan. That's horrible. That's a horrible life choice you made. Like you were like, yo, I want to be attached to you, you fucking goblin. And of course he accepted.
The stuff we say to each other on a regular basis is horrendous, dog.
Oh man!
Like one of our roommates was deathly sick yesterday. He was completely sick, like fucking coughing, crying in his room. And me and Chris were outside of his door making fun of him for being really sick. I kept calling him a little bitch. I kept saying if he comes out and he does, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like it was just the worst shit I was saying to him. And it was like this is what we do. Like whenever like we meet someone else and they come in, they're like, oh my god, they're not kidding. That's how they talk to each other. And like I tell Chris, I hope he burns. I hope somebody snatches his child. Like all these terrible things all the time. And to the point that it's become so regular that like I don't know how to not speak to them like that.
And you have
like when my roommate asks me for just some regular like, hey, Kingston, I'm going through something. Like, can you talk to me, man? I'm like, nah, fuck you. I hope your dog dies. I hope someone steals your baby right after birth. I hope like something terrible. And I'm like, shit, I gotta like slow it down.
No, I think you gotta speed it up, man. Honestly, I think you gotta get to the point where it's like you're full blown like planning out Chris's death. You gotta do that. That's what you need to do. I think that you need to plan out Chris's death. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Okay, not only. All right. What the? Got a text message. Okay, I don't know, but I just got a text message. Whoever's texting me right now, I just want you to know, okay, I'm in the middle of a stream. I gotta be professional. I'm talking to my friend Tom Sweeny.
Parrish, right?
What?
You squirrely bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Whoa. Let's be chill. Let's be chill, okay? It's just a friend. It's a friend. Okay. I'm not saying they're bad or anything like that. They just don't know the nature of the stream, I guess. What were we talking about? We were talking about, okay, yeah, the worst parts, bad things happen in the house. I think you need to speed it up. That's what it is. I think you guys need to speed it the fuck up because I feel like that's a good relationship. You want to have a relationship with someone, all right, where you can do the craziest things, like just to a limit. Obviously, you're not gonna go and actually, sexually assault Chris Reagan. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna sexually assault your other roommate. What?
That's the line I'm not gonna like pass. Like I understand, like, hey, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. The moment your penis is out, that's when you know you've gone a little bit too far. Depending on the circumstance.
Like definitely pushed the envelope a little too much then.
Yeah. So what I would say, right? What I would say is maybe, just don't worry about it. Just go crazy, go ham. It needs to go far. You need to do it, man.
Dude,
take it too. I wouldn't ever want to be like close to someone that would be weirded out by me being aggressive. Like it would just be like they should be able to look at me and be like they should be able to feel safe. You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's just him. It's just him.
Yeah, that's definitely how we are. Like I remember when I met everybody, it was like the end of high school, and like we all worked at like certain jobs, and like I remember I met like half of our like a close friend group. And like we were all like the weirdest kids. Like we were a group of like fucking strange ass kids.
Yeah.
And somehow we all molded into a friend group of just fucking weirdos. Like every time we'd have someone like out from outward come into our friend group, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you guys are so weird! I can't believe you just said that to him. I can't believe you just did that."
Yeah.
And it was just like I realized that we were a different breed.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I know really weird people, like the kind of people that sit in the back and listen to like fucking death metal. Those are like the fucking ones you gotta watch out for. But like,
what's wrong with death metal? You don't like death metal?
Oh, I like death metal, but like you shouldn't be listening to death metal in the middle of class.
What's your favorite death metal band? Don't say Cannibal Corpse. Everybody says Cannibal Corpse.
I don't have a favorite death metal band because of the fact that like I don't listen to it religiously. It's not the kind of music I like.
You don't listen to death metal religiously? I thought you were. I thought you were a Satanist.
Actually, no.
That's honestly. That was the hook for this stream. Was that we were gonna bring it around to you being a Satanist? But
Satanist? Wow, man.
I thought you were a Satanist, man.
You're a little off. You're a little off. Not entirely.
That would be amazing if Tom Sweeny actually took a character arc and went into Satanism, and you did like crazy weird white people things. You start
like if I did like a filler of like kinks of like me finding out like white people religions, and I go and start like worshiping demons and throwing my kids off bridges and stuff like that.
Kinda, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be weird white people things. That's gonna get some hate afterwards. People are like, "What do you mean weird white people things? What do you mean by that?"
I mean, like when you eat kale for fun, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, exactly. If you're like, I went to the store today and I bought kale, and then you take an Instagram story with and zooming into the kale with like some kind of like
freshly bought kale. Like, look at the kale I just bought.
Yeah, and then with the YAAS right there, that's definitely big time. So here's the thing, right? I've begun to realize that it's like people like I'm a weird guy too. I'm fucking weird. And if you ask people from my high school what I was like, they'd be like, "Yo, that guy was fucking weird." Like for sure. When you go to like YouTube, when you go to like if you were to go to my college, they'd be like, "That guy had a fucking mullet."
You had a mullet? Wow.
I had a mullet, bro, and it's like I've always been the weird guy too, so I understand that, and it's like it's interesting because like the people who end up obviously being the weird ones are the reason why they're weird is because they're not normal. They're not like they're not like falling into society like everybody else. Like I've got friends who, you know, they're buying a home, they're like got a wife, or they're like on their way to getting a wife, you know, kids. I got a friend who's got like 2 kids, you know. I got another friend who's got 2 kids. I got another friend who went through a divorce, got remarried, got another 2 kids. It was like crazy. So like these are like the people that I like. This is what I'm surrounded with. All right. So in a lot of ways, I'm very much a normal person, but I like not really normal because I mean I'm a fucking broke ass 30-year-old dude on the internet like talking to some dude named Tom Sweeny, and the thumbnail for this fucking video was fucking like a plate of fried chicken. Like that's how my brain works. This is not like I'm ready to be dad brain. It's like a holy shit, I'm 30 and I gotta be fucked up on the internet brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm super not one of those guys. I'm not trying to like get my life right there. Like fuck that. I got time to fuck around. When I'm like 28, I worry about like, oh man, my life is passing me by. Time to get married and stuff like that.
Wow.
But until I'm like an old ass fucking man and fucking, I'm gonna keep doing dumb ignorant shit.
When's the old ass man come around? What does that mean? What's the age cutoff for old ass dude? I'm 30.
Like
you fucking
for me,
rat.
for me. Okay, Bunty. I'm not gonna bash you particularly, but let's just say like I'm getting to that point now because like I'm about 24 years old. I'll be 24 in like a few days, and like that's when I'm like, you know what, Kingston, you know, you gotta slow it down a little bit. You know, you can't keep doing the dumb stuff. You can't set shit on fire no more. You know, you can't go outside and like pick people's dogs up and then put them down the street. Like that's not.
Well, I mean, you're 21. You're older than you're an adult, right? So you can vote.
Oh yeah, I'm an adult. I am like legally an adult, but I'm not like
you can like drink. You can drink alcohol.
Yeah, for sure.
You shouldn't be setting shit on fire right now.
I mean, you know, like
sorry. I got this call, man. Holy shit! I do apologize. I have to answer this.
All right, no problem. Brief intermission.
Oui, salut, ça va? Ah, je suis tellement désolé. Je suis juste en milieu de quelque chose. Alors. Non. C'est pas ça. Non, c'est pas ça du tout. Non. Ok, regarde. Ok, non, s'il vous plaît. Ok, ferme ta gueule, Calis! Ferme ta fucking gueule, man. What?
Holy shit. Fuck me.
T'es tellement lame. T'es tellement lame.
Jesus fuck, man. Anybody? Yo.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on, man?
Ok, regarde, je suis au milieu de quelque chose, ok? Je dois raccrocher, je vais rappeler. Ok, bye. Je vais rappeler demain, ok? Non, je vais appeler demain, ok? Ok. Non, je t'aime beaucoup. Ok, bye.
Yeah,
Bye. Sorry about that. I do apologize, man. That was
Yeah, I don't gotta find out. It's cool. Don't worry, man. We just keep pushing through this interview. Don't worry about it. So what's up? Real violent.
No. That's just one of my older friends, man. He's on I've known that guy since like fucking high school, dude. So it's like nothing crazy. We just bark at each other sometimes. He happened to be calling me like he knows I'm streaming. That's the crazy thing. Like he knows I'm streaming, so he calls me in the middle of stream. All right, but like I'm just like I don't know if it's like an emergency or anything like that. You know, I have no idea.
Oh, don't worry about it. If Chris was here, he'd be trying to set me on fire. Luckily, he's not here right now.
Oh man, like I wish he was there. I wish he was doing terrible things right now. I'm happy he's not here. I wish he was doing.
He'd be calling me the worst things, and I'd rebuttal with even worse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kid's sick, man. Okay. Sometimes he just walks around saying, "I'm hurting. I'm hurting."
Yeah. I mean, I hear some of the things that he has to say, and like it's just, you know, I don't want to talk about it. I really don't right now. I just want you to know that I actually straight up don't give a shit about Chris right now. So let's not.
All right. That's dude. He's gonna keep surviving, man. I think he's gonna.
Is he coming by later? Is he gonna be? Is he out? Is he out right now? He's
out right now. He's doing some like stupid fucking Jew stuff. But other than that, he'll be back later on.
He's doing Jew stuff.
Oh, I call him Jewish.
I knew
he
was Jewish.
Like a Jew.
I knew he was.
He looks like a Jew.
I knew he was Jewish, man. There was something about him.
He's not Jewish, but he passes for a Jew, so I call him a Jew every day. And it's hurt his feelings. You know, I don't want him feeling too good about himself.
Yeah,
but. So what else you got to tell me, buddy? What's going on?
Yo, so what were we talking about before I rudely interrupted you? What were we talking about, dude?
I don't know. You're talking about like, how peculiar we were growing up.
Oh yeah, that's it, man. It's just like, you know what? I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like the way I look at it is that like, you know, I'm able to like, I'm just going through life, you know, trying to figure out who I can vibe with, you know, and I feel like, you know, when I met you, I was like, yeah, this guy is fucking good. This guy is good. I like this guy because you were just like jokes, you know. And and that's the thing. Like, I need to be like, if I can be around people who make me laugh, what more do you want from life?
Honestly, that's all you really need. Oh, man. Is someone people that can make you laugh. That's all. Because like
a life without laughter, dude, I'm telling you, is sadness. Right? It's so sad. Like that's why I think like families that don't like watch comedies together or like find the same kind of shit funny together is like so tragic. So
yeah, I don't know how people deal with that. Like I couldn't like my current lady. Like she's very like she was not my kind of person. Like she was very normal. She wasn't like prepared for like the stuff I was gonna like there was one time she came over to my house. For sure. And like she watched some video. Like I love memes. I can't help it. Memes they sustain me.
Who doesn't like memes?
They literally like it's a sort of physical like sustainment. They keep me alive, you know. And the danker the better, you know. You gotta like if you're watching a meme about someone like I let my cat walk. That's not a good meme. If you're watching a meme about somebody getting hit by a fucking bus. That's the shit I'm looking for. I want to see someone get hurt. But I showed her a few videos like that, you know, and she was like rethinking about our relationship. And I was like, you know what? Maybe not the person I'm supposed to be with right now. But after some time and much coaxing, she last people getting dismantled too. So it took time.
Yeah,
but we got there.
Yeah, man. Honestly, so we're gonna get a little bit serious here for a second. I was dating a girl in December, and really chill girl. Like I'd known her for like a couple of years. Right after I came back from the Rubin report, so when I came back from LA last time you saw me, immediately in a relationship with this girl, like started dating, like it went all the way through just Christmas. So after Christmas, actually, on fucking the 26th of December, I like went over and I was like, I'm not happy, and I felt terrible because like I was like, listen, you deserve someone that's better. Like I'm not in a good place right now. I really am not. So that had to happen. Well, and
it's respectful that you did that at least, because you know you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone you're not feeling, or like if
you're not feeling 100, like if you're not feeling 100%, then you shouldn't waste the other person's time, because I mean I know she's gonna fucking find someone that's gonna be way better for her at the moment than I could ever be, you know. So that's why I was like, you know what, let's just do that. I'll focus on myself, take care of myself, and that's that. Because I am also very I guess when I do end up actually dating someone, she'll need to be okay with being very public with her opinions and her, you know, her lifestyle as well, because I'm very open with my lifestyle and my opinions, you know. So it's like, that needs to happen. Otherwise, if there's any kind of hesitation there, that's the thing. So like, I can understand how that would be valuable to you, about, you know, her appreciating the same things that you do, because you're on your way to kind of becoming a bit of a public personality, you know.
I've been noticed a few times, and it's like kind of weird, but my thing is that like your opinion, you're welcome to your opinions, you know, everyone's welcome to them. Like you shouldn't be able to tell somebody what to think,
of course.
But my whole thing is that like it's just you have to be able to voice them. You know, like if someone ever believes you for your opinion, you shouldn't be able to voice it. And my girlfriend's very much so not the kind of person, like if she believes something, she's not going to engage you in any kind of debate about her beliefs, which I respect, you know, like, you know, you do your own thing. But the whole thing is that like her beliefs are beliefs that were like handed down to her. That's not things that she believes on her own most of the time. And I have a huge problem with that because like let's just say like it's a more serious note. When I was growing up, I don't know if you're directly fundamentalist, but I was a very Christian child growing up. I was very much so Christian.
Did you go to Christian school?
I didn't go to Christian school, but I was
American religious, pretty much, like.
Yeah, I was like very no, not because yes, I guess American religious.
Well, the reason why let me explain. The reason why I say American religious is because anytime Canadians think of Americans, when they think of the religious Americans, they think like, you know, American, very very religious. Like religion is very much alive in the States, whereas in Canada, religion has taken a back seat. I mean, it's still there. I mean, I connect with youth pastors. Just like youth pastors, pastors just in general, not youth pastors, but they're pretty much around. And I went to a Christian high school, right? So, but it has taken a back seat in the sense that there's not a lot of mainstream attention given to it. Whereas in the States, we see a lot of mainstream attention given to it, right?
Yeah, there's more, but definitely me. Like I was going to wait to have sex when I would get married and all that stuff, and all those are things were like. All these were brought onto me through my family. It weren't my beliefs.
Yeah.
So after I did my own time to search for my beliefs and like, what do I believe in, stuff like that. I was for a long time I was atheist. I was very much so like, there's no such thing as God, blah blah, stuff like that. But then after my time, like because I plan to be a bio major. I plan to be a nurse someday or something like that. You know, go into some sort of medical field.
A nurse, bro. You'd be the best nurse, bro. I swear to God.
I would.
And I swear, I hope that on your first day, an old man just shits on you, bro.
Shit's right on me, dude.
Right on you, man. Like straight up, like you're gonna clean his fucking disgusting balls, all right? And he just shits all over you, just like a squirt of shit all over you. And the best part is like you would be like, you know, so focused on something that you wouldn't even know you'd miss a spot, you know. You'd miss a spot when you clean yourself up.
Why would you wish such a terrible fucking thing on me, Bunty?
I want that. The reason why I want that to happen is because it would just make a good story, honestly. And I think that you'd make it the funniest story ever. I don't do this because I want you to have pain. That's not it at all. No way. I want you to be able to have a story that you can actually like make a joke about, and then people could be like, "I like Tom Sweeny, man. Fucking old person shout on that guy. He's so jokes." That's what I want for you. I don't give a. I mean, if it would actually hurt you, then I wouldn't want it to happen. You know. So I hope that you like fall over tomorrow and like, you know, just like, you know, just hurt yourself a bit. That'd be hilarious because it would be a great story.
Those are the funniest parts of my life, man. I have trillions of stories of me hurting myself. Actually,
it's funny. Like fucking up is often at the crux of most jokes. I mean, most jokes are just because people fail. And it's awesome.
Yeah, fucking up is funny. It's funny afterwards, you know. Yeah, but like during the moments of fucking up, it's not.
But the reason what makes it amazing is that it jokes, and I feel like comedy a lot of the times allows you to look at life as like this constant evolutionary phase. I mean, you're obviously going to make mistakes, and if you can make light of your mistakes, that's amazing.
Then you can live life happily, dude. Because mistakes are going to follow you like throughout life. They're going to always be mistakes.
You want to hear something really cringy that I did in high school, dude?
Let's hear it. I have some stories too.
Man, I did some cringe shit in high school. Okay. Here's the thing, right? So I wanted to fit in. I always wanted to fucking fit in, and I think that personality still hasn't gone away fully. And I'm sure that some people are already trying to psychoanalyze, like, I really see that Bunty has revealed himself. He just wants to fit in. No,
everybody wants to fit. Everybody wants to feel accepted. That's just how that's how society works. You know, no one wants to be an outlier entirely.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? So, exactly. Yeah, everyone wants to kind of be accepted in their own way. You know, either by being a certain person or either by, you know, getting into that nuclear family model. Like, I want to have a wife and kids or a husband and kids, and I want to have a nice house. That's like their form of acceptance, right? Everyone's kind of doing this, but people who are trying to, looking for that level of acceptance by putting themselves online, you know, putting themselves in the limelight, that's like a little bit different, and often it's looked down upon, right? So it's I don't
know why exactly, because it's a means of if you want to promote yourself and you have by all means doing it, then do it. Like, it's no reason why you shouldn't promote yourself, whether it be online or anywhere.
I agree. There should be no. If you feel like you can promote yourself, I don't care who the fuck you are. You want to promote yourself, promote yourself, and let the market decide. If the market doesn't want you, then that's it. You know, like it's just that simple. If they want you, cool.
They want you.
Exactly. So I think that's totally cool. I don't care how ugly you are, how beautiful you are, how like fucking educated you are, how uneducated you are. It's like, if you want to do it, you want to put yourself out there, you want to start talking about things and you want to be you in front of a camera and entertain people, that's totally okay. Like, and I agree with that. So that's why I don't look down on people who are looking for that form of acceptance, because obviously, I mean, I guess in some ways, like, you know, I'm looking for the people that I can just connect with, and the best way to do that is just to talk, you know. So listen,
easy.
All right, go on. Go on. What?
Easy. That's what's for me. Like, I've realized in my time, like, as I've gotten older, I've become very much so more introverted. Like, I was way more like an extrovert when I was younger. I always wanted to talk to people, stuff like that. When I was one, like, I wanted to fit in too, you know, because like a lot of things that I liked at a certain age, like people didn't like. Like, for instance, I liked Pokemon well into my teens. Like, I think I stopped like playing Pokemon years ago. I was like, I'm done with these when I was like 19, almost 20 years old. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Is where this ends for me.
Yeah.
And I very much so hit it because I was also like some other, like I played basketball for like 3 years in high school.
Oh.
I played football for like a year and stuff like that because I'm a big guy, you know, like I played sports.
Yeah.
And I would always kind of hide the things I liked from like most of like my football for teams, like my stuff like that. And there've been constant times where like I almost got it reviewed. And I remember the time when I finally like people revealed like I was kind of a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Was when like there was one moment when I was in like a locker room and I had like Pokemon Black had just came out and I was like, oh, this shit is awesome, man. I'm gonna bring it with me to school. Then on the bus home, I'm gonna play this shit. It's gonna be fucking lit. So I was after the practice, you know, I got my stuff after our run. I picked my book bag and my DS fell out. When my DS fell out, Pokemon Black fell out. And like the fucking toughest, biggest guy in the basketball team that said, and he was like, "Oh shit, you got the new Pokemon game? What the fuck?" And he started like telling me about how like he just recently copped the same thing, and I was like, "Fuck!" But my whole time, like waiting for him to pick it up, I was like, "This is it, man. You know, I'm gonna be the little bitch on the football team. They're all gonna think I'm a little pussy. Like, oh, this kid plays fucking Japanese video games.
Yeah,
like he's a loser." But honestly, that person accepted it. He accepted. He was like, "Yeah, dude, you do your thing, man. I love these games too."
No, look, you know the thing is that this is the crazy thing, right? The only people that are gonna hate on games are because one, they haven't experienced it, or like they were buying into like that mainstream narrative about how like gamers are like they just hang out in the basement. They don't want to be a part of society. They just want to be in the virtual world. But the reality is that games are only successful because of the fact that they're fun. They're fun. Exactly. That's like the thing. Yeah. A game needs to be fun, right? Whether it's like a narrative experience where you just point and click places, that could be fun for you because that's how it translates, right? But the enjoyment, you gotta enjoy something, right? So like that's the thing. Like if enjoyment is it doesn't have any. There's no borders for enjoyment. It's like there's no like.
Yeah, there's nowhere like you can't, because everybody enjoys different things. You know, people have preferences. So
yeah,
like things that you may not enjoy, other people will enjoy. Like what thing do I hate that? Like, I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan of baseball. I thought it's the most boring thing I've ever had the misfortune of witnessing in my life.
Baseball.
I fucking hate
baseball.
And I'm partially Hispanic, and I'm saying I hate baseball. Half my family would fuck me up if I said this shit in front of them. They'd beat the shit out of me. But I hate it.
Baseball is the only sport that you could like eat a sandwich in while fucking playing. Because like
it's just like, God fucking damn, it's just so boring. But people fucking love that. Like, especially Americans, they fucking love baseball. I think it's the most boring thing ever.
Yeah, and I like, here's the thing, right? While I don't like baseball, I appreciate the fact that people like baseball. I love sports in the sense that what they do for communities. It's like everyone is just chilling. Everyone's chilling. They're just
exactly the time to just relax and watch people do what they're good at.
They live in a world where for them the idea of war is like two teams going against each other to find out who the better one is. Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That the idea,
which I respect that. That's a better way to go about it than, you know, the whole way us humans have been doing war for a long time.
I think that video games are the next step for that. I mean, especially as video games become more of a mainstream thing, and they will inevitably become a mainstream thing because with the advent of every form of technology, you have the people, the early adopters, and then you have the average people just going in. Early adopters are always a thing, right? So gaming is just about to leave its early adopter stage because it's been early adopter I would say well over 30 years, and so I think that gaming is this going to be this real factor in bringing people together in terms of enjoyment.
Okay. I feel like it already is a form of bringing people together because like sure. I have like one good friend who met someone over gaming, and like that became one of his best friends that he confines things to because they just met over a video games.
Yeah.
Like I met people that I still know to this day over like fucking RuneScape and shit like that. Dude. Like there's people that I've just run into and they become my friends.
Yeah, World of Warcraft. Okay, I know some people. Exactly. I know some people from that. Like there was this other game that I played. It was like some fucking browser game. And it was like super. This is where I got doxxed on this forum, by the way. Like I used to be on this forum and it was like also a game. It was like, and they like ended up posting I was a really cringy kid. I was like, I'm a good Christian. Guys, I'm a good Christian boy. Because I just graduated from like high school. And like in order for me to like, I felt compelled to become a Christian to like fit in a way. All right. I was like,
Were you not raised a Christian, Bunty?
Sorry?
Were you not raised Christian?
No. So here's the thing. I was raised Sikh. All right. So my parents brought me to like Sikh temple and stuff like that, which is called the Gurudwara. And you know, I did the whole thing being Sikh. All that. My parents were like, you know, my parents were very Indian. My dad, they were in their integration process, you know, by the time like I was born, and they continued to be in their integration process like throughout, I would say, the majority of my life, you know. Just at this point now has my dad really kind of become like really kind of Canadian, and my mom, I would not identify her as a Canadian at all. Like I really wouldn't. She literally is an Indian living in Canada. She hasn't stopped being an Indian. Anytime anything happens where she like tries to like, she just like, it's almost like, it's weird. It's just very weird. Like she doesn't mind Canada. Like she like values Canada, but she's very like Indian. She doesn't want to forget India because a lot of her success was tied to India. When she was in India,
that's understandable.
Yeah, she was like she was like pro level fucking field hockey.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, dude, it was sick, man. It was really sick. I said that in my interview with Dave Rubin, I said that she was a field hockey coach. That was a mistake. My mom says all sorts of stuff, and it's really hard for me to kind of keep everything together. But she corrected me. She watched the interview. She's like, She was told me, she's like, I wasn't a field hockey coach. I was a player that was going to be playing for the national team. Like right. Yeah, it was really sick, man. It was like really, really sick that she had that. So she sees that though, and she remembers she has those memories, and so I feel like a big part of her not holding on to those memories has a lot to do with, you know, her being Indian. And if she were to let go of being like Indian in a way, she would be letting go of that memory, that life that she had. I don't have any life in India, right? So I don't have any attachment to it at all, you know. Whereas my dad, he had his life, you know, but now he's comfortable with where he is now, so he identifies as a Canadian. He doesn't really care about India either, you know. It's really interesting how how integration what kind of how integrated people get throughout their lives based upon certain experiences that they've had, you know.
It's very weird because my grandmother is she's not really, because the thing is that we're Caribbean American, we're from the Caribbean, and like that's not really like a jump like how India is like completely different from America.
Yeah.
The thing is that like my grandmother is from the Caribbean. She's half St. Thomas, is like a small island, like a small like African Caribbean island, and then her other half of her family is from Puerto Rico.
Nice.
So her family
actually not nice. Puerto Rican's bad. Puerto Ricans are bad.
She's a pretty great one.
We got to keep up with the meme though. Puerto Ricans are bad because we know that we just need to make sure if you guys happen to know any Puerto Rican YouTubers, make sure to unsubscribe from them. Okay, if you know any Puerto Rican YouTubers, unsubscribe from them. Okay, except for Tom Sweeny. Yes, subscribe to Tom Sweeny if he has a YouTube page.
I have a YouTube page with no content.
You idiot! You're an idiot. You're an asshole. All right, and I'm one to say that I don't upload enough content. My friends chew me out all the time for that bullshit. They're like, why are you being a depressed fuck on Twitter when you could go and make some content? You know, and I'm telling you, you need to make content, bro. You could fucking blow up.
Dude, I hear that every day from Chris, my girlfriend, like my other fucking giggling dumbass roommate in the fucking corner over here.
No, that guy's smart. That guy's smart as fuck. All right? He looks smarter than you. All right? You look like a dope.
That hurt my feelings.
And you clearly are a dope because you haven't been uploading content, you fucking rat. What are you doing? What are you doing?
But the thing about the whole this is where the whole content thing.
What do you mean? This is about the whole? Just fucking record something, bro.
It's not as simple as recording something, dude. This is my thing, all right? I want to make sure I make the best content possible whenever
Shut the fuck up. My content is shit, dude. Anytime I upload a video, I'm like, wow, I am a rat. I don't know why anybody watches me. This is insane. How stupid is this video? And then I show it to my friends and they're like, yo, by the way, that's your best video yet. That happens every time.
Okay. So, get back on the whole content bug, okay?
Let me hear that.
I don't know where to start. They're absolute excuses, and I'm not gonna act like they're not. You know, like right now, as soon as I was doing this video, I was just gonna record some bullshit and then put it out as like my first fucking video. That was gonna be my move after this. Actually, this fucking ridiculous. Like it's been too long. I gotta upload at least one video to my channel.
You have to, man. You'll kill it. It'll be amazing. I can't wait to retweet it. I really can't wait.
So when it comes to me, when it comes to content, I want to make it something that people like. But the whole thing is that like the thing I feel like people notice me for is not entirely who I am. You know, like I'm like Tom Sweeny is a character. You know, Tom Sweeney's a character that I like. I like saying wild shit sometimes. I like being in Chris' video and saying horrible stuff to him, and he's being ridiculous. You know, that's fun. But the things I like are not like things that people notice me for. Because the fact that I feel like a lot of Chris's fans. To me as like a off effect, like, oh, Chris has a friend that does Twitter now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like him. But the thing is, I want like a group of people that like I love comic books. They're probably my like out of between video games and comic books. I actually enjoy comic books more.
What's your favorite comic book?
My favorite comic book is Spider-Man. That goes without saying. You know, like and I'm not like a generic like, oh, I love Spider-Man because like he's the generic superhero. Like no, I'm not a generic.
He's a role model. He's a really good role model.
He is. He's a role model. He's from the same part of the world as me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and like I also love Miles Morales, who was the Afro-Latino Spider-Man. You know what? Your words hurt, and I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna ignore you because you're being
I don't like that guy.
Calm myself.
I don't like that guy.
I'm gonna calm myself.
Yeah, Spider-Man doesn't need to be black, okay, man? Let's keep him white.
You know what, man? Your words don't matter. They don't matter right now. That's it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Dude, you wouldn't believe. Like I looked at some of the.
I'm sure that he's good. I'm sure that he's well written. I'm really sure that he's well written. I haven't read. My Spider-Man experience ended at Maximum Carnage. I read Maximum
Carnage. That was a great time of Spider-Man.
That was the fucking best, bro. That was when Spider-Man felt like a mature thing.
Yeah, that's because like it got it did because like in like the 2000s because like it went through this whole horrible spot where like they made him have a clone and that was just the worst thing ever. That was terrible.
Yeah.
But Maximum Carnage, like early 90s comic before they fucked everything up, dude, it was some great reads.
Oh, man.
But the other thing is like I've always loved comic books and I would love to do something like involving like reviewing comic books, stuff like that.
Do it.
Or like just finding a way that I'm gonna do that. Like that's my idea of like.
I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll tell you what. All right. I don't have a lot of money. All right. But I can promise you this, all right? If you actually start reviewing comic books, I will straight up buy you, all right? Buy you at least the very first trade of a comic book that I like just to see what your opinion is on it. I will do that.
You don't trust me, dude. I have enough comics to review.
No. You don't have the right comics. You don't have like you have to understand. Like I love graphic novels. You know, I haven't read some in a while, dude.
What's your favorite graphic novel?
My favorite graphic novel. It's a toss up, man. It's between Preacher and 100 Bullets.
You read Preacher?
Yeah, I read.
Wow,
I read Preacher.
That shit is.
Dude, I read Preacher was fucking amazing. Preacher was so sick.
It's intense. Man.
You read Preacher?
For me, yeah. I read the very first issue.
You haven't read anything past the first in Preacher?
You have to understand, Bunty. I have a lot of comic books, man. You've been to my home. You've seen all my comics.
I haven't seen your comics. You think I look for your fucking comics, bro? I don't give a. I didn't. Was I there the first? Yo, hey, man, show me your comic book collection. I know I'm just in town for like 5 days. Can you show me your fucking comic book collection? No, I didn't do that.
They're very fucking appearance. I have a lot.
You know what it was? Okay, I'll tell you what. I was overcome with pity when I saw you. All right, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just wanted to make sure that you were happy. You look fucking depressed. You look depressed, man.
When you saw me, I looked depressed.
You look like a bum. You look like a fucking homeless person, and I really wanted to save you. So I was really distracted. That's pretty much what happened.
You were distracted by my homelessness.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
I actually didn't recognize you for a second. I thought we were gonna get murdered. When you came in, I was like, oh fuck. And then I realized it was you afterwards.
You guys, it was me afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It took like 5 seconds.
Because if you didn't realize there was a bum walking on an apartment, no one was saying that.
100%, man. I thought like literally like Tom Sweeny got murdered by a bum and came in. That was the level that.
Yeah, it's possible. We live in downtown.
This is such an absurd conversation. Like none of this happened. Like I literally just walked up, was like, "Yo, what up, bro?" No, but I really didn't notice your comic book collection. Where was it? Where is it positioned in the house? Like I don't remember.
It's like what you call it? Like it's literally like you walk in. You remember my house? Like,
of course. I have a photographic memory that way. I can actually like figure out areas.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I know based upon where you are right now, I know where you're sitting in the apartment. Like I just kind of have an idea.
Well, yeah, it's that side. So like it's right beside where my bed is. Like all my comic books are right there. It's a bunch of them. It's way too much Spider-Man and Avengers.
Oh well,
way too much.
Okay. So you're really into like superheroes, right?
I'm into superheroes, but I've also read some comic books that had nothing to do with superheroes that I really, really enjoyed. But I am very much into superheroes.
Okay. I mean, I really do recommend that you read Preacher. Okay, you have to read Preacher because Preacher is, I think it's 10 trades. Okay, you get them in the trade paperbacks. Don't get them in like the big format or anything like that. Just get them in trade paperbacks one at a time. I think there's 10 of them, and they're amazing. They're actually incredible. The most sacrilegious shit that you'll ever read. Also, some of the funniest shit that you'll ever read. And amazing commentary on like American culture. It's really cool, and it's just a wild ride. It really is. It's like when Garth Ennis wrote it, he very much was kind of writing. It's like he wanted to write a western in a way, a modern western with religious undertones, major religious undertones.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you know the premise of it, right? You know the premise of Preacher. The guy gets the word of God. He can go ahead and tell people to do stuff. There's some really cool things that happen in that novel, and I remember the first trade I didn't really enjoy that much, but then I read the second trade. I was like, holy fuck! And then it started off with a bang. It was incredible, so that was really cool.
For me, my favorite graphic novel that has nothing to do with like Marvel or DC is definitely Watchmen. Watchmen's a classic.
Oh, that's really good.
Because Alan Moore was this.
Yeah,
his writing was insane.
Alan Moore is an actual insane person. That is so good at creating that kind of stuff, because you have to kind of be really out there to create it. I mean that graphic novel is a literary masterpiece. That's what it is. It's not just a good graphic novel. It's like a fucking masterpiece. Like that's something that you can give to someone and they would be able to take something away from that into the future. And I think it's wonderful. Literally. Did you see the movie?
Of course. So the movie, read the novel, like every time. Like my favorite character is Rorschach in that easily, like because of the fact of how compelling he was. Like oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's he was very like headstrong. He really was very principled. He was very principled. Super. He had a lot. He wouldn't let his principles bend, which I very much respect.
Yeah.
Like the part when you probably remember this one, the part when he found the guy that like molested the girl and burned her, everything like that. That whole thing when it was written out in a comic for me, like I felt where he was coming from, because like that was the moment where he was like, this person is a piece of shit no matter which way you cut it.
When
he killed him,
was his Rorschach had an abusive childhood, right?
If he had an abusive childhood, his mother was a prostitute.
That's it, man. That was such a beautiful graphic novel, man. It really was, man. I'm thinking about some moments in that, and it was really, really good, Even when they talk about, like, the old night owl, and how the old night owl was, like, murdered, because...
The one before the current one, yeah.
Yeah, that ended up happening, and it's, like, this guy who's this hero, and it just goes to show, like, that these people were all really mortal, but they were, like, these mortals that, like, went out of their way to be heroes, and it's so interesting.
Yeah, it's so many, like, particularly great things about it. It's, like, the fact that, like, none of them were, like, the only person that had legit powers... Other than you could debate Ozymandias' like intelligence, was Dr. Manhattan. Yeah. And Dr. Manhattan was the most definitively standoff one. He wasn't like, I'm just not gonna go and get involved with myself because I can, because I have no right to get involved.
Incredible graphic novel.
It was so amazing, and like it showed like how it pushed the idea of how humanity is like gonna destroy itself.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe that's true. I don't
believe that's true either.
I don't believe it's true at all. I think that every time I've engaged a child in my life, it's a child void of all hatred and prejudice. It shows me that like we're not gonna struggle. Like that's a child that was just born,
Yeah.
Like this little kid doesn't care how I look or where I come from or how much money I have. This kid is just happy.
Yeah.
running around there, jumping, having a good time, and that's why like, I don't believe we're gonna destroy ourselves.
No,
but, like,
no. Yeah, and that's why I like that about you, man. I really do. Like, it's rare that kind of shit comes along. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, yo, Bunty's really nice, but he's naive. You know, it's like, it's not that I'm naive. It's more that, like, I, like you, see the good in people, and I think that that people naturally want what's good. They naturally want to be happy. And like when happiness is reinforced, they generally tend to go in that direction. Like if you can, it's like happiness, I think, is the key to being good. I would say, being a good person.
Happiness is the key to everything. Happiness is the key. Like if you can manage to stay happy, throughout doing, you can do good. Like for instance, I would say this world, take the world as a whole. You know, at times before, like let's just say back 40 years ago, the world was not as good.
Oh, for
way
sure.
worse.
For sure.
Way worse happening. Go back another 100 years.
Yeah.
And even worse then. And you just keep going back in time further and further. And it was just more like there was more strife. But progressively, as time has gone by, as we as humans have learned how to create laws and like learned how to just at least see from another perspective, we've gotten better as humans. And we've only progressed.
100%. 100%.
We've only progressed.
Progression.
We may have not gotten the woods yet. We're not in the
of course.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we're great.
Yeah.
But we've definitely gotten leaps and bounds better.
The goal at this point, I think we're beginning to realize, okay? Slowly we're waking up and realizing that our ultimate goal is to be one unit. To be one fucking unit. Like, I know that scares people, all right? I know it does, and I totally understand that scares people because some people are like, you have all these conspiracies coming up. You have people who are manipulating people in power, people with a lot of money, trying to do a lot of fucking dirty things, or maybe force things, you know, where it's unnatural, not like kind of like speed it up when it shouldn't be sped up. People should be eased into it. But I think that we're ultimately our tribes are getting bigger and bigger, and we're like trying to get to this point where we are all able to work together and make things happen. Because if you look at it, you know, in this period of human history, we are at our most cooperative phase. If you think about it,
we're most unified. Absolutely,
dude.
That's on.
Quebec isn't. Look, I'm just gonna use my personal example over here. Quebec isn't at war with the rest of Canada. Quebec, like Ontario versus Quebec, isn't a thing, right? We're pretty much part of the same tribe. You can cross over. It's not a problem. Like, obviously there's just a language barrier, but that's about it. You know, it's not like an actual thing. Same thing with dude. I can cross over and come to California. You know, I am very much like another person that you probably met in California. You know what I mean? It's like very interesting how that's worked, and it's really been because of this mass communication that we've developed that's allowed these people to pretty much just start communicating, and so we're naturally moving to like being chill with each other.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, dude. Like there are times I hate the fucking internet. Internet is the worst place on earth. You see the most terrible things, but the internet has given us a lot of chances to be able to connect with other people.
100%.
Like I have family that's very far away. Like I have a sister that lives in London, and like I've only seen her like in my life 2 times, you know. But other than that, like because of the internet, I can talk to her. Like every time I want to talk to, like every 2 or 3 weeks, I go on, I send her a quick message, like, "Oh, how's it going, Maria? I miss you. Hope everything's going good. Hope everything's going good over there for you." But like without the internet, that wouldn't have been possible, you know. Without the internet, I couldn't have studied about, like, for instance, I have a lot of friends who are also of Indian descent. They're more Punjab, but like I know people like that, and I was able to study up on their culture somewhat to be able to understand them better.
Yeah. It's amazing
to be able to talk to them, to be able to give them better references. That's like, I think that's very important.
Yeah, the idea, what you need to do, the idea is like you got to use the internet to connect with the people that you care about, right? Or people that you want to care about, and then as you connect with these people, you begin to learn more about them and their past, right? I know the past of my friends, like my best friend Brad Ginger Heat. You didn't meet him, but hopefully you will one day. But like known this guy since 2004. I've seen him go through phase after phase after phase. I've seen him go through the lowest points of his life, the highest points of his life. You know, right now he's at a real high of his life, you know, even though he's got some issues. But like, these are things that like, he's like this guy who I value because I've seen so much. And he's seen the same thing for me. He's been through my first fucking breakup. He's been through my second breakup. He's been through my third breakup. You know, he's been through everything. Like, he's been literally like, this is someone that like I know now. And I know his life, his history. And that's what ends up happening is when you meet these people that you care about, that you really want to enjoy being around, you end up learning about them. Like, what's their story? Like, where are you from, man? Like, I think that's like the main, I think that's the key to like really kind of understanding other cultures. It's not like reading a book every day and like finding out about other cultures. I'm sure that people do that, but like the most normal approach to it would be to engage someone that isn't from your culture, but happens to be really chill and that you could be friends with. And then you learn more about this culture or learn more about them. And then, you know, that's what I mean, right?
It's a beautiful thing, honestly.
It is. It's amazing.
It really is a beautiful thing. Because like I've known people like when I'm living in New York where I lived, like where I grew up, predominantly was like a very much so like either like Latino, African American. It wasn't very mixed up. But like as I moved upstate New York where I met like my whole entire friend group, all like Chris and all my other roommates. And like I moved upstate and I met like people that were from Korea, from Japan, people from El Salvador, Indians, like all these different like kind of like I sound like things I would never hear of. And as I lived there, I learned more and more about all these cultures, and I was like adopted by all these. Like they felt like I was part of like their like a part of their group.
For sure.
And as I learned things about them, I would go and I would tell my niece, like I would tell my niece about all these cool things. Like for me, I don't know if you may know it may be assumption, but you know the story of Hanuman, right?
What?
Hanuman, the what's called the god of strength, and he's Hindu, so you might not know who he is.
Yeah, I know he's a Hindu. Yeah, but yeah, I know about it. I know about the Hindu gods for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, but like what you call like I learned that, and that was the coolest shit I ever heard in my life. Like I was like, what? That guy's so fucking badass.
Hindu gods, Hindu lore is really sick. Hindu lore is some like is some fucking like it's I don't know. Sometimes it feels. I'm trying to think what would be the lore that's closest to like the Dark Souls lore. That's what I want to know.
Dark Souls lore is more like I think like old world Germanic, I think.
Maybe.
Like because of the fact that like a lot of the places in Dark World, like in the Dark Souls verse are places in like Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's for sure around that area. But I mean it's like the lore is sick though in Hinduism, and Hinduism is pretty much a lot of lore. Like that's where a lot of the principle in lore, like it's like this god happened, this god this, which is kind of fucking crazy. They like there are definitely people that exist that truly believe that Hanuman is a fucking entity or Ganesh is an entity or something like that. Like or Kali Ma, like that's Kali is my sister loves Kali. She loves Kali, you know. But people like
I love it, man. I love all that stuff. Like any sort of like mythology is just like because for me, I think superheroes are American mythology. That's what I think our mythology,
dude.
I think superheroes are very much so like Marvel superheroes. They're definitely like Spider-Man's like would be like in 1,000 years from now, people will find these comic books like all like withered up, and it'll be text that people will be like, oh my god, these are probably the old world gods, stuff like that. Because like the way that we present them, because like they're like the gods of us. They're the people that we look up to, that we aspire towards.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's so interesting. That's really really smart thing for you to say, man. I find that Sikh culture, because it's such a young religion. It started in the 15th century or something like that.
Wow,
it's really young, dude. So it's more historical. It's very interesting. It's really historical because it's still a religion that's like in terms of beliefs in deity, but it's so recent that it's historical because I mean, like when it started off, it was just like, you know, it just broke off from Hinduism, and then it got a lot of its identity through war with Muslims, and so like that happened. So when people think Sikhism, they think wars or like war against Muslims. They protected India, you know, and when the what the fuck was the name of the fucking company that came to India? Whatever. When the Brits rolled in, they rolled in through Punjab. They conquered Punjab, and
yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and so like that was like an interesting thing, and it's just like really like I've in stepping into a lot of this like these talks where we talk a lot about culture. I've had to reflect on my culture. Obviously, I can't be oblivious to where I came from. Like people spend so much of their time building their identities around where they came from. I have to actually look into mine. And when I looked into mine, I started realizing there's a lot of value there, you know? And that value doesn't mean that whatever culture I've experienced here in North America is moot or is like irrelevant. It doesn't mean that at all. It's just that it complements it. And that's the thing that I feel people are coming to terms with. They're realizing like, oh yeah, like, you know, someone like Bunty may not identify with Indian culture, but he can value it, but at the same time be fully identified with like Western culture. Because I feel way more. I feel like, for me, the idea, when I close my eyes and I think, yo, what would be a perfect life right now? I think if I was able to just, do stuff online, talk to people, and create content online, have a wife, have 2 kids, a container home, a nice fucking sick container home, like a really modern looking one, and just like enough money to like, so that my kids don't need to fuck up, they don't need to like, they don't have to worry for the things that I had to worry about, that's what I think of, and that's, I feel, a very Western value.
Definitely, I was gonna say the same thing. That is the Western human dream. All I want is to be able to find someone I'm in love with, and I want to be able to grow old comfortable, and I want my children to be able to get what they need. I never want them, because for me, like my grandmother was a surgeon, so like I was not poor.
Yeah.
My mom passed away when I was very, very, very young, and like my grandmother raised me. My father was there, but he wasn't like extraordinarily prevalent. Like he wasn't like, I had him, he was around, but he wasn't like extremely like active in my life. But my grandmother raised me. My grandmother gave me like a lot of things, like things that I need. Like whenever I needed new uniforms for school, I had that. Whenever I needed new clothes, I had that. Whenever I needed food, everything I needed, I had. But I didn't have everything I wanted. And I feel like that was a good thing she did to me. She made me think that like everything you want may not be what's most important. And that helped me grow into like a good
chill. That's so chill, man.
It was really good. She definitely, like, even though I was like a fucking like I was not particularly bad, but I was a mischievous little kid. Even when I was like that, she gave me a lot of good morals that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
My parents thought I was retarded.
Oh, my grandma thought I was retarded too.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, man, like my mom, okay, this one time I came back home from like kindergarten and I really wanted to play Nintendo. Oh, okay, so my parents didn't obviously know what video games were, right? So they would parents didn't know what video games were, so they would actually when my dad first got introduced to Nintendo, not only would he let me play games, but he also kind of like partake in them. But when he saw that my grades took a plummet because I was spending too much time playing games, they removed video games from the question.
Oh no!
They started limiting it. They started with limiting it, and then they removed it entirely. I remember once when I came home, when I wanted to play Nintendo. Like I didn't give a shit about anything else. I just wanted to play Nintendo. And my parents immediately were like no. They're like no. And there was this lady visiting at the time. There was like my mom and one of her friends. And I was like, I want to play Nintendo. And my mom would not let me. So I had a temper tantrum. And so my mom beat the shit out of me in front of this fucking person, this stranger who I'd never met. My mom beat the shit out of me. And I was like crying. And the worst part was about that entire story, okay? The entire story is that like, not only did I get the shit kicked out of me, okay? But the person that was visiting asked if I was fucking retarded. Can you like imagine the mental state of this human being that was like, oh, I just saw that you beat the shit out of your kid. Is he retarded?
Is this freshly beaten child disabled?
It was so weird, man. I couldn't believe it, man. It was just such a strange experience. But that's Indian culture, man. They were disciplined through like actual, like physical discipline, and they wanted to pass that on to me. And like, obviously, like I had the fear of God in my parents. Like my parents were fuck.
Oh, absolutely.
You agree?
Absolutely. My grandmother is an 80-plus-year-old woman now, and I still don't curse. I don't curse. Bro, I don't talk about race here.
I recently got I recently got brave. I mean, when I was 18, I got into a fist fight with my dad, and that was crazy. Like I punched him, he punched me. It was crazy. Like, but that's because they went too far. Like it was ridiculous. I love my parents. They were raised a certain way, so that's why they raised me that way, and they made mistakes. And obviously now my mom knows a lot more about raising kids, and she's like, she looks back on some of the things she did, and she was like, I can't believe it. Like if I knew the things I knew now, I wouldn't do the stuff that I did back then. Like those kinds of things. But that's the case for everybody. But yeah, like
as a parent with children, you learn. You know, like my grandmother was already done parenting. It's like she helped raise her own siblings, and then she raised her kids, and then like she had some children. Like her children passed away, so she helped raise the grandkids, like me and my cousin and my sister and stuff like that. Which helped raise us. But the other thing is that my grandmother was very strict, and she wasn't like one to spare. Or like if I did something that was out of hand, I would get my ass beat. Like if I deserved ass beat, I would get it. And there are a few times that I didn't deserve them, but like my extra addition, like my talking back, that would net me one. But there was one time where I deserved ass beatings. I can't believe I did it. I just finished watching like Superman for like 2 hours. You know, like I was riled up. You know, I was like an expressive little kid. You know,
Superman sucks, by the way. Superman is the worst superhero ever made. Worst.
People hate Superman. So I actually love him to death.
My producer just looked at me. He's like, "What did you say?" Superman is a garbage superhero. He's shit.
I love Superman.
He's shit.
I love Superman.
Batman could beat the shit out of Superman any fucking day.
I mean, Batman's a ridiculous character. That's why.
Batman isn't a ridiculous character. Batman's just a fucking smart guy that knows that this rat gets fucked up by rocks. When Superman's around a fucking rock, he goes, he's a loser. Because he has to shit.
You can't make a perfect character, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, his imperfection is pretty garbage. I gotta admit. At least Batman's imperfection is himself. That's his imperfection.
His mental instability.
He's fucking insane. You know, like he fucks himself up all the time, but that's his imperfection. I think that's way more of a valid imperfection than some fucking rock, bro. When I go around a rock, you won't ever see me collapse around a rock. I can promise you that much, unless it's like legit plutonium or something like that, or something fucked up.
Yeah, I would keep away from plutonium at any cost.
Fucked up, but I mean, I wouldn't be around that. But then anybody would also be. My producer's calling me an idiot. He's like, of course, you fucking idiot.
What if you come over one day and then we're like, oh, hey, Bunty, as a matter of fact, I have plutonium in our couch. When you sit down, chock full of plutonium. What do you do then? Then you're no better than fucking Superman, and you'll die just like he did too. You see, you're a regular man at that moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I never compared myself to Superman. I don't care, you know, like Superman's a loser. I would never compare myself. Honestly, Superman's a fucking, you know that, like, it's the Chad Batman versus the Virgin Superman. Someone needs to do that. Has someone done that yet? The Chad Batman versus the Virgin Superman, because Superman's a fucking loser. He's a loser.
He's not a loser. He's not a loser, man.
He's a loser, bro. He's such a bitch. He's a loser.
Nah, he's not. I had the same opinion about Superman for a very,
He's only
very
powerful by circumstance. If he was on fucking Krypton, he would be a dirty bitch. He would be a pussy. That's what he would be. Literally, everyone would fucking have his way with him. I'm not even joking. He would be like the guy that gets slapped around by every fucking Kryptonian. All right? That's who Superman would be. Okay, I know I'm going to trigger some Superman fans. They're going to be like, oh my God, Bunty's an asshole. Obviously, it's just comics, guys. I love you regardless. I'm pretty sure we're all good. But I'm just saying, Superman, no. Batman, okay, actually, he's also big by circumstance too. I mean, his parents are rich, so I can't. You know, fuck it. You know, this is not going anywhere. It's good.
That's why. Okay, let me explain to you my love for Superman. Exactly. Okay.
All right.
But I think about Superman, the fact that as though he may be an alien, he may be all these things, he may be so super. He's lived his life. He came to this planet. He could have just well been a god. He could have been the complete overlord of this planet, but he chose to help us. You know, he chose to help us. He chose to show us that, like, even though he's stronger, he lives on his rock as much as we do, you know?
Yeah.
His whole life, you know, he was raised as a regular person, you know? He lived on a freaking farm. He lived like a generic American. In certain middle world, a country American, he lived like that, you know? And all he does is try to help us, no matter what. All he does is come down. He, to the point that he's died trying to saving human beings, you know? And I respect that about him. That's why I have nothing but love for him. He's human. Like, he may not be a human, but his character, he's a human.
Yeah.
He just wants to help. That's all. He wants to help. He wants people to be happy, and he wants to help save this planet he lives on. This is his home. I love Batman too, because I love Batman because of the fact that he shows that no matter what, like, he shows in the sense like the world of superheroes, he shows that humans are insignificant, you know, because the humans will. When he goes out there and he steps into his cowl and he puts all the shit on, he shows that no matter how you're born, stuff like that, you can always make a difference. And I respect Batman for that too. There's no superhero I actually hate, except for Deadpool. I hate Deadpool. I hate him.
You hate Deadpool?
I hate his comic books. I think they're just garbage. But like, his character is pretty funny. Like, the movies were great. I thought the movie Deadpool was so funny.
Maybe his comics are garbage. I wouldn't know.
I cried. Deadpool movie made me laugh so much it was ridiculous. I didn't think I was gonna laugh that much because I was like, oh, I hate his comics. He's terrible. But his movie, fucking box office hit for a reason.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good.
It was so great.
By the way, I'm getting feedback. I'm getting some feedback. I can hear myself. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, can we fix that? Yo, Tom?
What's up?
I'm getting feedback. I can hear myself with you.
You hear yourself?
Hold on. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're good.
You good? Okay.
What the fuck did you do?
That wasn't me, dude. Calm down.
All right, I'll calm down.
Cool.
I'll be calm. Are you having a good time, bro?
I'm having a great fucking time. I love talking to you.
Yo, dude, you're a fucking chill guy to talk to. This is.
I am very maintained. I feel like people think I'm not, because like when I got noticed one time.
I don't think anyone with a fucking brain in their head thinks that you're not a chill guy. Like literally, if someone came up to me and was like, "Yo, Tom Sweeney's kind of fucked up," I'd be like, "Yo, I am going to fucking." I can't even. I was gonna say something really crazy. I would just be like, "Listen, you need to shut the fuck up right now, okay? You're a rat. You're a bitch. You're a rat. Don't ever talk shit about Tom Sweeny again, okay? The only people that get to talk shit about Tom Sweeny are Tom Sweeney's friends, you stupid fuck." That's what I would tell him.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The thing about me is that people think that some people don't think that it's characters. It's like people think like, oh, the character of Tom Sweeny is really bad.
Yeah.
Like I've been seen in stores like 4 times. Everybody comes up to me and like, oh, hey, what's up? Are you Tom Sweeny? I'm like, yeah, that's me, man. What's up? Nice to meet you. And they're like so taken back by how much nicer I am in person.
I was taken back by how much of a bitch you were. I was like, this guy is such a bitch. Like you literally look like a bitch in Chris Ray Gun's videos. Okay, I just want you to know, like, you get fucking destroyed by this little tiny Mexican rat. But like at the same time, you know, like I was like, all right, that's got to be an act. But the reality is that you're a real bitch.
You know what, man? Like I try to be a bitch, you know, to keep myself from going to jail, because you know how it is in the streets for people like me. But
oh man, I love you, dude. You're a fucking good guy. You're a good guy.
Like if I sneeze too aggressively in California, I'm gonna end up shot. So I gotta keep myself maintained.
Man, your old apartment was in a weird place.
Dude, it was literally when I walk past my old apartment, I feel like it's like the kind of place for like drug dealers.
Oh, yeah. No, at some point, dude.
They don't sell drugs from there,
bro.
They make them there, then they leave that place to sell them.
I fucking dropped a fucking bottle of like a full beer or something like that off of your balcony, and like nothing happened. Nobody cared. Like that was the level of like if that happened around like one of the some of the condos that I hang out at here in Montreal, it would have been people been like, who the fuck dropped that that bottle? Like, what happened? Why'd you do that? You know, that was what happened. Dude, like literally nobody said anything.
Funny fucking story, right? So at my old apartment, New Year's Day, it's only me and like and one of our other people that was staying with us at the time. And I was like, I would just be sleeping because I slept in the living room, you know. So I hear sleeping, I'd be like, I hear trying to get someone on my crack, and I'm like, what is this? I'm hearing things, and this can't be possible. I'm hearing things. Then one day I hear cracking, and I walk over to the window, and the window fell out. Someone was shooting our window with BBs, and they shattered it. And the window just fell out of itself.
Someone shooting your fucking house with BBs?
Yes.
Why?
They just shot our fucking apartment window. I don't know why.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the video games. Video games are doing this.
Yo, dude, video games, people want to shoot people, man.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Absolutely. Video games are poisoning the world. You know that, man?
I'm hearing myself again.
You are?
Yeah, hold on. No, I'm not. How are you doing this? We're good now.
How are you doing? Why are you doing this to me?
I'm not doing shit to you, man.
Why are you doing this?
You gotta move. Okay, first of all, am I coming through your speakers or am I coming through your mic?
Speakers.
I'm coming through speakers. That's why. If you move your mic close to the fucking speakers, I'm gonna hear myself. Stop leaning into the fucking computer, you rat. What are you doing? Back up.
I'm not leaning to the fucking computer, right? I don't lean as I want to lean.
I don't know what you're doing. I have no clue what you're doing. All I know is that you're very incompetent at the moment. What the fuck are you doing, bro? I keep hearing myself.
What the fuck are you, Bunty? You're the one that's hearing yourself, right? I don't hear myself.
I'm not doing shit.
Fine, right?
Let me tell you the level of competence I have, okay?
How competent are you,
I have acquired a producer, okay? There's a man, and the best part is
that guy in the background.
The best part is, you piece of shit. The best part is, I got a white producer. He's white.
Yeah.
I got a white guy. You got a white man doing for you, dude.
That's the dream.
That is the dream, right? How sick would it be if Chris Reagan became your producer? If he became your bitch?
I don't like Chris. Like, you guys don't understand. I don't think Chris is like
your goal needs to make Chris your bitch. You need to do it.
I want Chris to walk outside one day and just get struck by lightning. Like, I want lightning to single him out. I want it to be like magnificent. So I want him to be walking outside one day and say like, ah, shit, or make one of his fucking stupid little gay damn comments and then get blighted by the Lord. I want God to smite him right there. Eradicate it.
So good. Oh my God. Yo, man. Oh God. Man, sometimes I look at Chris and I'm like, I just like look at him. I'm like, I don't know how to approach this human being right now. So I just leave him be for a bit. I like look at him. I just watch him.
He's very, very, very much so like a peculiar kid. He's strange. You know?
It's like I could approach him if I really wanted to. I could be like, "Hey, Chris, what up?" You know. But yeah.
He's a strange kid, but he's actually, which is hilarious. He's actually way kinder than people think he is. He's extremely kind-hearted. Like. It's actually like it'll take you back a little bit. Like, he's really, really, really kind.
Yeah, I know that actually. Chris is a great guy. Chris, I would throw down for Chris. You know something crazy? Here's the thing, right?
Absolutely.
Oh man, dude, when I was in LA last, okay, so Lacey and Chris and we went to the Grove. You know the Grove, right? So we went there.
Yep. Sure.
And anytime I'm around you guys, I walk around bodyguard style. I'm not fucking joking. I have like my hands crisscrossed in front of me, walking around them just smiling. But I know that if someone were to do something crazy around them, I would be like, no, this is not happening. Not happening. Anybody that approached Chris and Lacey, it was weird. It was really weird. I like looked at them. I was like just making sure that they're okay. Because I mean, I know that they've, you know, it's just bullshit happens. Like, it's crazy. You know, like if you look at Lacey's history, like it's just been annoying. It's been like he's had some fucked up things happen, you know.
People are just. It's ridiculous. Like the way it's like people grow up. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, don't do shit like that.
I don't think that they can't defend themselves. I'm just saying, like, it's just like, you know, I get to that point. That's how much I value them. So it's like,
oh no, I'm not trying to say they can't defend themselves, but I'm saying like, the shit that Lacey's gone through via her fucking like her stuff from like YouTube and stuff like that. It's like, come on.
Yeah, for sure.
People just be respectful, you know?
We'll trip out, man. Dude, she had she was on This American Life, and like people were replying to the thread that were being like losers about it. They were like, they're like, oh, look at that. She's not really who she says she is. She's like an alt-right enabler, or she platforms the alt-right or whatever. There was the usual trope that they go to, and it's like I was like, you guys don't even fucking know her.
Exactly.
Who the fuck are you guys? You know, and just being able to, oh, you know what's really crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Something that was said to me by someone, and I'm not gonna say who. They were like, yo, I just want you to know, like, I don't want you to think this is bad or anything like that, you know, but seeing the amount of hate that you get makes me feel good in a way, because I know that I'm not the only one. And like, I was like, whoa, that's intense. That's crazy.
That's intense, and that's
really cool.
It's sad that people have to deal with stuff like that. Like,
right?
The stuff that you're getting banned on fucking Twitter for some of the, like, you've gotten banned for some actual stupid shit.
I don't care anymore. I'm gonna rebuild. It's like prestiging. I'm like a prestige Twitter account at this point now.
Well, I understand you're gonna rebuild. Like, you're the kind of person that, like, as long as you are on a platform, you will have following. You know, because you're putting out good stuff. You're putting out things. You're putting out things for the betterment of everyone around you.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
really appreciate that. I try to keep myself humbled. My friends also try to keep myself humbled. Whenever they see me like kind of start piping up, be like, they're like, yo, shut the fuck up, Bunty. You're just a loser. You're a bitch. And it's the best. I just need that. I need that every once in a while from my friends.
Right back in
from my friends. If you're just a random person, you say that, I'm gonna take my penis and just hit you across the face with it. My tiny penis.
Right across the chin, man. Knock him unconscious with your penis, man.
What?
Knock him out. You hit somebody with the chin with your dick.
I actually can't knock anyone out with my penis because my penis is very small.
You know, I have
the smallest dick on YouTube. I would actually go on a competition for smallest dick on YouTube. 100%.
I would not get involved with that, but I mean, that's you. You know, you do you, man.
I would win, and I'd get the cash prize. It'd be sick, man.
The cash prize.
Cash
prize.
Get a
bigger penis, like cash
vacation to wherever. You know, like I'd get it. If I got the smallest dick competition on YouTube, I'd win 100%.
Go to Tibet, man. I heard that place is really fucking cool. It's chilly though.
Oh man, I want to go to Tibet so bad. I want to go to Tibet. I want to help with, like, apparently they're still dealing with the aftermath of the earthquake. Like, that's how bad it was. So they still need help. They still need help. So like I was like
over a year ago?
What?
From the earthquake, like all that while ago?
It was a while ago, dude. Think about it. Yeah, it was a while ago now. Considering, I think it's like 4 years now. It's been a while.
Years? Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I want to go to really back to the fact that I've always wanted to like have like a alone time with like not like alone, but like how do I say it? I wanted to have like some one-on-one time with a monk. I've always wanted to like talk to a monk.
Dude, Haiti had the earthquake, and then they had the hurricane. They're literally like their country is just, they're like, what's their country right now? It's it's literally a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a literal disaster.
One of my good friends is Haitian. Like one of my closest friends, like one of my roommates actually. He's one of my close friends. He's Haitian, and like the trials that Haiti goes through is just like what the fuck, dude? Like what the hell? Why can't good things happen to that place? It just saddens me. It's like, but just people, no human needs to go through stuff like this. Like me being partial, like I'm not even a great deal Puerto Rican, but like when I heard what happened to Puerto Rico and the surrounding islands, my heart wept for them. I was like, this is like people don't deserve this. No, like it's like, oh man, you are in my prayers and my condolences. I even donated money, the money I don't have.
Yeah.
Just like shit, people need. I may not go to the right people, but I want to know that I'm at least trying to extend a hand to people that need it.
Do you ever feel like sometimes when you're like, you know, you're like in a really low spot and you're like, fuck, if I just had money right now. I know that everybody feels that way, but like, do you ever think? I don't think about like, if I had money, oh my god, I'd be doing this for myself. I always think, I'm like, oh my god, if I had money, I'd be able to do this for other people. That's how my brain works. It's like, if I had money, I'd be able to do this for other people. Like, oh, God, I'd be so sick of this. If I could just spend money to make this happen for this person. Do you do that?
For me, it's money, but usually I wish I had like a bigger voice. You know, like I wish I had like I could talk to more people, contact more people.
Yo, do you know how you can develop a bigger voice? You piece of shit.
Well, how so, Bunty?
By uploading content, you asshole. You're such a loser. Wow, you're a loser.
I didn't see that fucking coming. That fucking caught me off guard. Uploading content.
Yeah, no.
You know what? Suck a fat one, right?
Yeah, you just need to like. Here's what you need to do to get a bigger voice. You say, "This is my voice. Would you like to hear it?" And you upload a video. In fact, I would recommend that you actually that be your first video. This is my voice. Would you like to hear it? That'd be incredible.
That might be my first video, you know? Like, I don't have a prestigious camera.
Don't actually do it now. I told you to do it. Now, I ruined it. I actually fucked it up, but...
I'm probably going to use my iPhone, and I'm probably just going to make a video off my iPhone and upload it to my YouTube channel, because I don't have a fucking camera
Can I just take a piss real quick? Man, I got to piss so bad. I'm fucking drunk right now.
Absolutely, man.
All right, I'll be right back.
Cool. We're currently on break, guys. So what's going on, man? What's going on? All these you fucking goats. Let's see how you're feeling. Why the fuck am I not whistling? Bye.
Yeah, bring me some rice.
You just said you didn't want it.
Jump with me. You feel me? If I rock it, my man gonna rock it. If I want to smack the shit out of him, I'll smack the shit out of him. Like shoot.
Bunter, you finally back,
Yeah, man, I'm back. I apologize. Were you whistling?
I was looking for a little while, yeah.
How many viewers do we have, by the way?
Well, sorry?
How many viewers are we at right now?
I have no clue, actually.
I don't really care either, but I just want to know. I'm curious.
I have no clue.
Because I just like straight up like got up and was like, I need to piss.
You know, I did not check. I didn't even know I could check, actually. I had no clue about it.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. What matters right now is that we're having a good conversation.
That's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But any questions you wanted to ask me? Like anything particular you wanted to ask me in this whole interview, you know?
I mean, no. I mean, like, dude, we're just having a conversation. We're seeing where it goes. I mean, one of the things I asked you, and we kind of joked around about this, but it was like, you know, why you don't like upload, you know? And I think that's something that should happen. You should upload, you know? Like, you need to stop worrying about it being perfect, because nothing is ever going to be perfect. Like, I look at any video I've ever uploaded, I've never been like, this is perfect. I have sometimes said that it is my best video because I've convinced myself that like I've done better and compared it with other stuff, because sometimes I can become a little bit objective, but for the most part, it's like it's real crazy. You know what I mean?
I understand. I'm very fearful when it comes to creation, or I'm a fearful person. I'm not like afraid of many things, but I'm afraid of the idea of failing. You know, I hate the idea of failing. It just scares me.
Yeah, well, no,
it scares me, and I know as a person, it's something you have to get over, because people are gonna fail. You know.
Well, I mean,
like I'm very much the kind of person. But when I give advice, people tell me like, "Oh man, I'm gonna do this." Well, you gotta try it out. But when it comes to me, it scares me. I hate putting myself on a line and getting like stomped out or failing. But I understand it's something I need to do.
Yeah, 100%. You need to do it. You need to do it because, like, look, man. All of my life's failures have led to my successes. It's crazy. The asking a girl out thing, like I failed in asking a girl out, and the next thing you know, I ask a girl out and she ends up being this woman that I like fall in love with, you know, like that's the thing. Like it's all about that, you know, or like I fail at you know, I left my in 2013 I left a job at Apple. All right, this was a secure job. Like if I kept going at this, I would have been able to move up in the company, no problem, and I would have been able to just be able to do things for myself that, you know, that I can't do for myself today. I never wanted for anything either. Like I could have ate out every day of the week, and I would have had enough money to just chill for the rest of my life. Like literally, that's how much I was getting paid there, and it was really, really good. You know, I had a girlfriend, all that stuff. But at some point, I was like, you know what? Like, this isn't for me. I didn't really want to do this. I didn't feel like my life was supposed to be just... I didn't think I was just supposed to be a dude hanging out behind the Genius Bar at Apple or repairing computers for Apple clients. Eventually, I was like, I'm going to make an app. I want to make an app. I saw this app craze come up. People were starting to, like, become billionaires because they decided to put together a social network of sorts, right? And... I was like, fuck, I'm going to do this. This is going to be the thing that I want to do. And I did that, and it failed. Bro, we came out with 2 apps, and both of them failed. Fucking tanked, right? Then I started YouTube, and then YouTube led me to where I'm at today. And even though I don't have everything for myself right now. In fact, I have way less than I've ever had in my entire life. It's brought me into touch with so many people who I just value so much. Like these are people that I've been looking for all my life. I'm like, holy fuck, you're here. Like you guys are here. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's been. That's the experience for me. So like all these failures have led to the successes that I had today. And it's like one of the successes is that I've been able to connect with people that I really value. I think that's a huge success.
That's the biggest success, honestly.
Yeah, man.
The fact that camaraderie is a beautiful thing. Like having people you can talk to, having people you can understand, that can understand you back it's important. It's important. It's very like that's why I like a lot of my fans should be dogs. Like most of my like all of them for the most part. No matter what I put out there, no matter what I say, even like after all this time I haven't uploaded a video, everyone is still completely supporting me. Everyone's still has my back. Everyone still loves reading or talking to me or finding out what I'm gonna say. You know, like. No matter what my ridiculous opinions are, which I have some of them that I can say are pretty ridiculous, you know. Like I say some stuff that's like every now and then it's kind of dumb.
Nah, I haven't noticed you say anything that I really disagree with, you know. I would say that most of the time I tend to follow people who I would, for the most part, agree with. it sucks because recently, you know, like sometimes I think like certain people like do end up going a different way, but that's just their journey. But for the most part, I tend to follow people who are pretty chill. And you're someone that doesn't really say dumb shit. You're a normal human being. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter how dumb whatever you could say the dumbest thing in the world, dude. Okay, but that dumbest thing that you just said is such a non-issue because like you are a normal person. Like you're not a fucking weirdo. You're not a psycho. You know, I know that the world would like if you like I would be like if you moved over. Not moved over, but moved like next to me, I wouldn't be like, oh shit, this is a problem. I'd be like, oh cool, Tom Sweeny lives next to me. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I've been trying to do. Just find people that you can live next to.
Yeah, for me, like I usually don't post anything that has to do with like for instance, Chris is more like social political, like things like that. I understand social problems. I can be able to talk about social problems instead of the fact that like I'm a social. I understand. I'm not saying understand people, but I have a relative understanding of human beings. You know.
Yeah.
Like I understand for the most part, because I'm me being a person of like at least decently sound mind. I understand people.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can have an opinion on certain things. Like what I did is I posted recently. I said something about like saying that like privilege. I had said like I don't particularly. I'm not one to like get on the bandwagon of like privilege. But for people that say that white privilege isn't a real thing, that's false. I think it's not true. You know?
Oh, are you saying that you said that white privilege isn't a real thing, or that is?
It is absolutely a real thing. I think it's a real thing, but it's a real thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. You're saying it's a real thing.
Yeah, but it's in context where you are.
Yeah, it's totally dependent on where you are. I've totally tried to tell people that like it's all about where you are. Like
it's not exactly every because like if you go to like certain places where there aren't white people at all, white privilege isn't a real thing.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Like let's say like when you live in like it's around most of the world because of the fact that like white people conquered most of the world, so they spread it out to most of the planet. You know, they're the most unanimous race, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There's more people than there are everywhere else on the planet. So the fact is that like
no, that's not true. That's not true at all. There's definitely not more white people. It's just that their culture has been well established and they have a lot more
throughout the entire world. That's better way to put it. Yes,
that's their culture. Like they make up. Okay, if you look at the superpowers of the world right now, okay, you have America, Russia, and China. Okay, two of those are white.
Yes.
So it's like it is. The power is more white than it is. Because they are more like literally they are more collectively more powerful than China. It's not about. It's really. It is like I understand exactly what you're saying. And it's annoying because people when you talk about this stuff this way, people are like, "Oh, you're just a centrist. You're just trying to please everybody." No, it's like listen, dude.
That's not true. It's true.
Like we grew up. Okay, both of us grew up in a way that we knew we were different, right?
Absolutely.
That alone is white privilege. I don't know any white fucking guy that felt different. I don't on the basis of skin color. That alone. Exactly. In North America, absolutely not. I don't know any. I mean, obviously, once again, depending on the location. If you grew up in a more predominantly black neighborhood or predominantly Asian neighborhood, whatever,
you're gonna feel different.
Then yeah, you're gonna feel that. But I'm saying that for where I grew up, which is Montreal, I don't know very many white people that felt very different from being Montrealers. You know what I mean? I did. I had to grow. I had to integrate. You know what I mean?
I had to I didn't have to integrate because of the fact that I was around different colors, so I was just me for the most part. But I definitely understood that my life was being different because of the fact that people say white privilege isn't a thing. If you say white privilege isn't a thing, I would say my argument is that for the most part, when a white person learns about a white American learns about American history, they don't feel sad. They don't feel the kind of sadness that I feel because of the fact that a part of American history is the enslavement of people of my skin color. Well, that's a thing.
Some do feel sad, and those end up becoming depending on the degree of sadness they feel or the degree of remorse or the level of apologetics that they attain. They end up becoming SJWs or moderates or whatever. You know what I mean? I definitely know white people who see the shit that happened and they're like, we should probably hook it up. We should probably be a little bit more chill and give them an opportunity to catch up.
I know some. But that's not the kind of I'm not feel like I feel bad, but the thing is they don't feel a pain that directly attacks. They don't feel how do I can say it? Because when you learn about the enslavement of, let's say, for instance, when I learned about the enslavement, like the Irish, or like learned the enslavement of Egyptians, you know, I felt compassion. I felt like this is bad. I don't feel like they should feel wrong. That they don't deserve that. They should be wronged by like that. When you learn about the enslavement of Africans, people that look like you, when you are someone like that, it's a different sort of feeling. Because for me, when I found it out, I felt like, what did we do wrong? You know, because as a little kid, because I found out about slavery way too young. First of all, I had a teacher in the Bronx, New York. I remember her name was Mrs. Muhammad. She was a Muslim woman, and she made us watch Roots in like 4th fucking grade, which was not okay. Not by any means okay. Because when I was younger, when I found out about enslavement, about the African enslavement, the triangle trade, I was like way too little. And I went home and asked my grandma, who was a black woman also, I was like, Grandma, what did we do to get enslaved? Were we bad? Or did we do something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And that's fucked. That's, every time I think about that, it makes me really, really sad. It's just like, shit, no one should ever have that idea of thought. Like, dang, what did I do wrong? Because I didn't understand why people did that stuff like that. But the whole thing is that, like, you don't have to, as a person of a white skin, I'm not saying that white people don't feel bad about it, because the fact is, like, if you're a human with empathy, if you can feel, you're gonna feel bad about something like that happening. I'm just saying, like, they didn't feel the same pain I felt because of the fact that, like, knowing that my ancestors were slaves.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude, for sure.
They didn't have to think about that. They didn't have to think about the fact that, like, let's say, like, certain places they can't be themselves always, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I totally.
They don't have to feel like the culture was like.
It's funny because it's really like, this is, by the way, I just tweeted out, I said this is the best interview that I've had ever. Like, literally, like, this is the best conversation I've had on this channel thus far, and it's amazing because it's like with, I mean, it really is, because it's like, it goes to show, like, it's like, it's not about, like, you know, it's just, honestly, it's one of the best conversations. So the idea is that, like, it's really cool because I get to talk to someone who, you know, is, I can relate to a lot in regards to growing up, in regards to feeling like, you know, because we all kind of have a bit of a victim identity. It is there. It's there. And I don't ever consider myself a victim. Fuck that. I'm not a victim. Like, I'm good. But the idea is that, like, at some point, like, our people were victimized in some way.
If you were victimized?
Well, you and I were both. Our cultures were victimized in some way.
That's true.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Agree with that. That's what I'm saying. So we have like this victim. We have a bit of a victim identity. Like, it's there.
Yes.
It's like a minority identity is often associated with victim identity. And I think that a lot of the times that people, like, the reason why they're so aggressive with, like, white people online is because white people, like, in all the history that I've learned, they've been at the top of the food chain. They're the top. They were, like, killing it. They expanded into the New World. They brought over slaves. They had shit built for them. They were like, they formed another civilization away from their main civilization in an area that was completely strange to them. So it's like yeah, like, I see that, and like they've never been portrayed as victims for me in history.
That's true. That's absolute truth. It's always been like they won the race. You know, they won the race into colonization. They won the race into, like, firearms. They got it first. You know, they got there first.
Dude, they took over. They defeated Sikhs and took over India.
They beat everyone. Sikhs, no matter where they went, they won. They were the victors.
Yeah, and Sikhs defended themselves from a crazy, overwhelming Muslim horde. You know, like, it's crazy. It's like they would defended themselves from that, but they couldn't defeat the English. And then, of course, there was all this other stuff. It's just like it's fascinating to me. It really is fascinating to me. That people can't really understand why people feel really pissed off towards white people. And, like, I can understand why, but I also don't understand why people can go to the point where they become hateful. Like, you shouldn't be, because the overall result doesn't reflect upon the individual that you encounter. So even if the individual, the same exact thing. Even if, like, let's say I encounter, like, a white nationalist or a white supremacist, like I can't associate whatever happened with their ethnic group with them, because they've become who they are based on all of these experiences that they've had throughout their lives.
Exactly. I may not agree with their belief, like the national.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say like they're like, for instance, like every time I run into a white person, I wouldn't see them as, because I think the white race, but I think it's ancient humans in general. That's why I go with that. I think ancient humans weren't good. I think old world humans weren't good.
Oh,
they weren't good.
Old world humans were absolute garbage. We should never be ever thinking about them. They're absolute. They were like the losers.
They're monsters.
They were shit. They were shit, bro. They were fractured. Like, they didn't have technology. They were shit. They were like primitive.
They didn't have
garbage.
They didn't have morals. They didn't have morals. Their morals were so like,
of course,
compared to ours, they were so fucked.
Of course,
they were so completely like shit. What are you thinking right now? That's not all right.
I agree like, wholeheartedly. Yeah, absolutely, man.
But like, the thing is that like, if let's just say like I'm Caribbean, so when it goes like, if you've heard many times, I'm a Caribbean American. I don't have hatred towards every British person. Because that person, like a person right now, like I meet a British person, they didn't enslave my people. Their ancestry did it. So why would I feel hatred towards them for something they didn't do?
I agree. That's totally my line of thinking. And here's the other thing, right? Now, my family ties in quite a bit with the British military. So like, while my mother, who had nothing to do with the British military, she was just like a born and raised Indian. My dad was benefited directly from the British Navy because his grandfather, my great grandfather, was a doctor in the British Navy. You know, and because he was a doctor and he was like such a good doctor, they were provided land, and this land that they lived. My dad grew up with a silver spoon because of British colonialism, and I'm like, listen. There was obviously some benefits. There was obviously some benefits to certain people. Did they go about it the wrong way? I would say that they went about it the wrong way for them.
Exactly.
But there were some things that really were done well. And one of those things was that my dad happened to have a much better life. You know, my dad would have not had this. Maybe he would have had a great life. You never know if the British never invaded India. But he had a good life. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, dude, like I can't hate people for what happened in the past. I can only understand what went wrong, and hopefully, you know, use what went wrong to kind of make sure that doesn't happen again.
Doesn't happen again. Yeah, I understand. Like when people are like, people that were like, I know people that met during World War II, and like it's unfortunate they met under circumstances. You know, like people like they met under circumstances, but they help create, like, give birth to people that grow up now, that exist now, that I care about. You know, like it's unfortunate that all the people were killed in that period of time. Unfortunate there was a war and so many people lost their lives. But you know, like good things come out of bad things.
100%.
Good things come out of bad.
Dude,
so you got to take the bad sometimes. It's like, I don't think it should have happened, and if it was a chance it could not happen, I would very much so vouch for that. But I mean, hey, like if it wasn't for African and slavery, my family would have never made it to the Caribbean. Then no one would have made my grandma. My grandma would never my granddad, and then like I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have such a beautiful woman that had raised me. I wouldn't have met all my good friends, the people like you that like promote my ability to think for myself and have a view of trying to make everyone happy and smile. So,
yo, man, you're such a fucking Uncle Tom, bro.
I mean, kind of, dude. Bro. Kind of, man. Like, I paint my skin white sometimes, and I talk about paying taxes.
You're such a fucking loser. Man, you cocked yourself out, dude.
I cock myself out frequently, actually. I clocked myself in about like 15 times today. I'm a little tired right now, though. Sorry if I seem a little, withdrawn from conversation. I've been cocked so much.
Dude, man, like, how does it feel being like a suspected white supremacist? I'm a black man, so it's pretty hard to be a white supremacist. No, but you're suspected. You're not a white. I never said you're a white supremacist. You're suspected.
Well, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm trying to debunk it, because the saying I'm white supremacist.
Don't debunk it. You're like 100% guaranteed. Like, I've seen it, man. You're such a suspected white supremacist.
Well, in my time being a white supremacist, being a black man, it's pretty hard. But I'm trying to do my thing. I'm doing what I can, to be a supremacized and be a part of the supremacy. But I'm here trying, man. Fuck minorities. They say that, right?
What? I gotta ask you a question, okay? What is the? Why did I even say that? I gotta ask you a question. This is a fucking interview. I'm supposed to ask you questions.
Of course.
What was the lowest point in your life?
Lowest point in my life? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So this is a pretty deep. This is a pretty deep one. This goes into like me as a human being. Yeah. This is like me as Kingston Jamerson, not as Tom Sweeny. So when I was younger, I was always told my mom passed away because I'm from like cancer or no lupus. My mother had lupus. She had a very bad case of lupus, and I always thought that's what she passed away from. Was no meaning of it. But I remember when I was like 13, 14 years old, or 13 to 14 years old. We must have had a serious argument about it, and I had to say something about me and she because it was around the time my mother's death, our anniversary. So we just had like a really big argument, blah blah blah. And she said something that was like, "If it wasn't for you, my mother would still be here right now." And I had no clue what she meant. You know, I was like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like, you mean my mom had lupus? That's why she passed away." Come to find out, my mother had lupus, but those things that when she gave, they could, if she would have had, I forgot, an early abortion, like she took a Plan B or something like that, she would have been able to live much longer, maybe be treated. But she chose to have me instead. So our life was cut short due to having me.
Fuck.
And upon finding out, obviously being especially a teenager, like I was a teenager, so when I found that I was not the right time for me to find out at all, that has made me way sadder. Like it fucked with me hard. It hurt.
Of course, man.
It hit me hard. It was painful. And that was like the lowest period of time in my life, you know, like, and that was when I felt like the most like genuinely like sad. Like I just hated being alive, hated the idea of thinking about being alive because of the fact that like, and every time my birthday comes in, 2 weeks later is the anniversary of my mother's death.
That's so tragic, dude. That's really tragic.
It's very it's very unfortunate.
Very, very sorry.
Now I can look beyond it because of the fact that like I've grown up and I've understood this. Like at the time, and this is another time for my grandmother to be the best person ever in existence. She told me that my mother knew what she was doing. You know, like she didn't just. It wasn't like it was sprung up on her and it was too late. She chose to have her child. Yeah. She cared about me enough to bring me into this life, so I should care enough about my existence to be able to do the best I can by living.
That's really good, man. That's
and it was really kind. You know, it was like a really deep moment for me, and that's when I was at my absolute lowest. Like I was like, fuck, I hate being alive. You know, like I hate thinking of the fact that my life caused my mother's death. But upon getting beyond that, like it was very powerful because of the fact that like every time I know that I wake up, it's a gift from her. That's powerful. Beautiful. I appreciate that from her.
It's very, very beautiful. That was really good, man. I didn't expect that. Man. I didn't expect that. I expected like, you know, you bought a bag of Cheetos and they had like way less Cheetos than I normally did. That's what I thought.
Oh, that was the second worst moment in my life, man. I bought a bag of like Doritos. And it wasn't even Doritos. It was like fucking like onion rings. And I was like, what the fuck? Who put onion rings in a bag?
You don't like onion rings?
Ever, I fucking hate onion rings, man.
Yo, you're fucked up, bro. You're fucking crazy.
I hate onions.
Yo, you're insane. That's fucking nuts, dude. What's wrong with you?
When you bite into an onion and it crunches, it makes me so upset. I love sauteed onions. They're delicious.
Okay. All right, man. Listen, I like you less now. Okay. I appreciated that. I appreciated you sharing the heartfelt story with me. That was really, really good, and that was amazing. And yeah, your mother made a great sacrifice to get you into this world, and I think the world is a better place with you in it. But I gotta say that you're a piece of shit for not liking fucking onion rings. Like what a fucking loser thing. Crazy. That's such a loser opinion. You're like what, like you were doing so well. You were honestly doing so well.
Onion rings suck, dude. I'm gonna stand by that. I'm never gonna let that go. Onion rings are terrible creations. They were made by the serpent himself to hold
down the
black man.
What is wrong with
Onions were created by the devil to hold down the black man. Check this fucking scientific proof.
No, it's not. It's fried. Don't you guys like fried shit?
I mean, your words are not reaching me right now.
What do you mean my words aren't reaching you? Of course they're not reaching you because you're fucking insane. How do you not like onion rings?
Because they're disgusting,
They're not
dude.
disgusting.
They're disgusting.
They're not disgusting.
The fact that you're saying they're not is mind-blowing.
They're not disgusting.
You're really aggravating me right now.
I'm aggravating you. Okay, all right. Listen, what's your favorite food? I want to hear what your favorite food.
Favorite food?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite food is actually curry chicken or chicken curry. Either one, honestly. I don't care how the fuck it's prepared. I love curry chicken or chicken curry. I'm indifferent.
That's cool.
Fucking love it.
Okay, that's good. I respect that. I respect that. Curry chicken is pretty good. I used to cringe when I started YouTube, man. I used to cringe when I see people come into my chat. Okay, I didn't tell you. I started YouTube as a live streamer. I started when YouTube was trying to build their like Twitch competitor, YouTube Gaming, I jumped onto YouTube Gaming and I met with all these people and like started doing YouTube Gaming, gained like 14,000 subs, just live streaming shit like GTA and like whatever game came out at the time. And people come into the chat, they're like, hey, you like curry chicken? You like? And I was like, why do they make it seem like? Why does it make it seem like liking curry chicken is a bad thing? Like you have to be.
I don't know. Have they had it?
You have to be like a sheltered loser to realize that curry chicken is not like. I don't know. I don't get it, man. You gotta like curry chicken. Curry chicken's fucking good. Like it's good. It's good.
The thing that makes me laugh is the fact that people don't understand that that they're two different things. First of all, chicken curry and curry chicken are two different things.
What?
They're two different things, dude.
Oh fuck.
Because there's chicken curry where it's just like when you make it prepared like with the orange curry.
Yeah.
Because I know how to cook. That's why. So,
you know how to cook?
Like, yeah, I'm a pretty good cook.
Why the fuck is Chris always ordering food?
I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna cook for him though. Cooking takes too much time.
Cook
I don't even
for
want
the
to cook
fucking guy. Why don't you cook for him?
Nah, man, he's fine. He's just healthy. He's at a healthy weight. Look at him. He's barely anything.
The guy's on a Snapple diet. Literally, guy drinks Snapple.
Dude,
he didn't leave.
You guys
the entire time when I saw him, he had a fucking bottle of Snapple with him. Didn't matter where he was. He had Snapple. He carries that shit around like it's a thing that it's weird. Weird as fuck, man.
Snapple and water. That's all he drinks.
The guy, you know what's crazy? I was playing Fortnite with him. All right, the guy was ordering food. Food never came. Food never came. You know what, Sween? You need to make him a fucking sandwich or something, bro. Do something.
Nah, dude, I'm making him a sandwich.
It's not a humiliating thing. Like if I lived with you, I'd want to make something for you. I'd make something for you for sure. I'd make food.
I love cooking. It takes way too much time out of the day. That's my only problem with it.
So you don't love cooking? I
like cooking. Don't get me wrong. I really like it.
But it takes too much time.
It just takes too much time.
Do you ever
too much?
Okay, so do you like video games?
Of course.
You know, when you play video games, you think, oh my god, that takes too much time when I'm playing video games?
I actually do sometimes. Like shit, I'm playing this game for too long.
You're being a rat right now. Obviously, when you're playing a game,
I'm being a rat.
Yeah, you're being a rat.
How am I being a rat right now? Explain this to me.
Well, I mean, because you're just trying to make it seem like you're conscious about the amount of time you waste playing video games. Nobody is conscious of that, really.
The only reason I'm there conscious is the fact either I have to work or I have a project due for school. So that's the reason why, or something I have to do for school.
Are you still? Wait, you're still in school?
Yeah, I'm still in school right now.
Are you taking internet class? Are you taking like online classes or?
No, I should go to campus to school.
Oh shit! Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you do when you're not sweening it up at the Sween residence? What are you doing?
Literally, I either go to work.
Yeah.
I spend copious amounts of time with my girlfriend because I'm in a relationship, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I go to school, but I don't go to school. If I go to school for 2 days a week, 2 days a week, I go for 1 day for like my class, another way for my lab.
Cool.
And if I'm not doing that, I'm working. And that's about it. I don't have very much, Being a young adult, there's not really much you can do. I don't go out and drink. I play video games too much. I'd say that. But that's it. I'm not that dynamic a person. I mean, that's like not many variables to me.
Okay, all right, that's cool. No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine, man. I wasn't expecting a crazy serious like you don't need to be like, yeah. So I jet skied the other week, and I did some skydiving. You don't need to do any of that stuff. It's cool. I totally respect that. I just want to give my audience a better idea of who the Sween machine is.
Oh man, the Sween machine.
So
the American.
So listen, we're gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you like two more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up because it's getting a little bit late. And I could talk to you forever, and I fucking want to talk to you again because this was a good fucking time, a good time.
Oh, no worries, dude. Anytime you're definitely streaming Fortnite, anything with Chris, let me know. I'll jump on with you guys.
I had no idea you even played Fortnite. I thought you were just like
I play Fortnite a lot, not a lot, but pretty often.
I'm down to play anytime with you, man. Anytime. You have my number too. I just realized when
I do. Yeah, I have your phone number. So anytime you're feeling like you're jumping on some video games, give your boy a call. I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what is in store for the Sween machine, in 2018? Am I seeing you at VidCon? Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you. That was already. I don't even care. I don't even need to answer that.
Let me explain. Let me explain. All right.
I don't want an explanation. It's not an explanation. It's an excuse. By the way.
Can I explain myself?
Just let me excuse myself. You gotta say let me excuse my. Let me excuse my. Let me make an excuse. That's what you need to say.
Okay. When is VidCon?
June 20th.
June 20th.
Yeah.
I am taking summer classes.
Taking summer classes? What a loser you are, going to school during summer.
So,
do you know the only people that do that are losers?
Losers? Well, I'm a fucking loser then. I should lose my life.
It's fun. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. It's cool, man. So you're gonna be okay. You're taking.
But the thing is that like if I can find some wiggle room, I'll definitely go to VidCon.
Well, no, I'll see. I'm sure I'll see you. I'm sure I'll see you because I'm probably gonna stay longer. I'm gonna stay longer than VidCon. You know. You
should. Well, like if you stay longer, you're welcome at our home. Absolutely.
I totally planned on just sleeping in your bed.
You know what? Absolutely. You know, it's fine, man. I can use some extra comfort. You know, every now and then I feel really sad and I need someone to hug.
I got you, man. I'll fucking hug the shit out of you, bro. I'll hug the shit out of you.
Dude, you mean so much to me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what is in store for you? Like, what are you gonna? What are some actionable, plans that you made here?
Oh man, well, my plans are I plan. Like when I get off this, I'm going to make a disgusting iPhone video for my channel.
Do it.
And I'm going to definitely be going live on Twitter more.
Going live on Twitter more?
Yeah,
I can see that being good for you, for sure. Yeah, I can see that being good for you. You're good. You have a good personality. Personalities excel on Twitter. They really do.
Yeah, that's true. I've realized that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go live on Twitter more, and I'm gonna try to disconnect with people more. I wanna get a bigger audience. I wanna reach more people, so I can try to inform more people about the things about this world. The things that I see, how I view things.
Who's smashing plates in the background?
My fucking roommates.
Go there and beat the shit out of them right now.
I can't. One's a woman, and I don't want to die. The other one is he's sickly, and I don't want to hurt him more.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I'm not a person beater. I don't beat people on a regular.
Okay, one more question, man. What is the worst part of YouTube for you?
Worst part of YouTube for me?
Yeah, what is the worst observing as an observer? Like what is the shittiest part of YouTube in your opinion?
For me, it's the ridiculous amount of hate that people receive from just voicing their opinions.
Okay. Yeah, that's
because like some people like it's just opinions, like it's just a simple opinion. Like I know that like a lot of like I know Chris is like you guys are part of the quote unquote anti-SJWs,
I would never identify as an anti-SJW.
No, but I'm saying like Chris doesn't identify as them, but he's lumped into that stupid fucking group.
You get lumped in any group that you're like slowly you can like say hi to. If you can say hi to someone, they're like, oh, that person's that person now. Like what?
Yeah. Or like, oh, this guy talks to a person from alt-right. He's definitely he's a fucking neo-Nazi. He's like, no, that's not how it works. But the whole thing is that like people, the comments that I read sometimes of people that are just trying to voice their opinions, that are speaking about something they feel compassionate about, Like you shouldn't. The amount that people hate, what is ridiculous. It's like I don't know why you gotta hate that much. Like if you don't agree with someone, why don't you have a conversation with them and find out? Because like the thing is that like no matter what, if you're a rational human being, you can have a conversation with someone else and understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Exactly. Or you just mute them and fucking block them and you never have to worry about them ever again.
Exactly. You don't have to deal with them.
Yeah.
But like I was watching a video about some person talking about themselves about their bisexuality.
Yeah.
Them being bisexual.
Yeah.
And then like the comments were just absurd.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts. It's nuts.
They were belittling her for her sexual preference and telling her how like all these horrible things. And it's just like, well, you didn't have to do that.
Well, it's because people project their insecurities onto other people, and of course they bring their own experiences to the table, and oftentimes I think a lot of the disagreements come up because people are trying to defend and validate their way of existence, and that's why you get these heated debates all the time. Yeah, and it's more about like kind of beginning to understand that obviously these people who you're encountering we're gonna exist anyway. Like the thing that I remind myself of all the time is that if I didn't know who the fuck Tariq Nasheed was, all right, or if I didn't know who the fuck Richard Spencer was, like didn't know who they were, and they happened to walk by me, or I had to serve them at like at a place I was working at, or if I had to like do something or like engage them without knowing who they were, I'm never gonna see them.
Fine, that needs to be disappeared. But that's my biggest dislike for YouTube.
Yeah, that's a pretty valid dislike. I think that's a pretty general dislike, and I think that's it's cool that you said that. Now, last question of the evening. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the question that you cannot answer incorrectly. This is a question that I'm going to ask every single person. I forgot to ask Roaming Millennial this question last interview, but this is a question I'm going to ask everybody. Okay, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to kill me, how would you kill me?
If I had to kill you,
you had to kill me. How would you kill me?
If I had to kill you,
yeah.
Right? Like
if you had no choice in the matter. If you had no choice in the matter, you knew that if I didn't die, you were gonna die, and like, you're gonna probably die by like my hand or something like that. Not like
I would,
because at that point, because if you put yourself in a hypothetical situation where someone has a gun to your head, it's a little bit different because like you would assume that I would come to your rescue as well to kind of like make sure that didn't happen. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have to be put in that position. But let's say I was the person that you had to kill. You needed to kill me.
Okay, I'll say it like this. Okay, if it was either your death or my death,
yeah,
I would choose my death.
You're fucking the worst. Don't ever answer that way. I want you to tell people how you would kill me. Okay, your death is not a question. You're not gonna die. Okay, you have to kill me. You have to kill me. What just happened? He leaves? He's bounced? What the fuck? No! What? Are we still live? Where'd he go? Where'd you go, you rat? What the fuck? Calling him right now. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Wow, I bet his internet cut. What the hell happened to him? Oh my god. Sorry, I got cut off. I'll be right back on. He's gonna be right back on in a second. He can rejoin. He can rejoin. He can rejoin. I'm pretty sure he can rejoin. Let me know if we need to invite you again. I hope that everyone that's watching this is having a good time. Yo, by the way, if you could just go back there and just read. There was one on the super chat. Oh my god. Does this gentleman distinguish between... Oh, we gotta send him another invite. So you gotta close the conversation, and then you gotta add him into another one. So you gotta exit it, and then you gotta add him into another one. He's back?
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, no problem, man. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I live in this place called California where internet just drops sometimes. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
That happens when you get the bad package because you're a minority. Have you noticed? Do you know that happens?
That's what you had to say.
Yeah, well, ISPs go out of their way to give bad internet packages to minorities, and considering your house is literally just minorities, I think that like you guys end up with the
not only minorities. We have a white man here. You have an actual white man.
Who's the actual white man?
One of our friends, our roommates, Joe. He's actually a genuine white man. He's Caucus, actually.
You have a white guy living with you?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
His skin shines like the brightest snow.
That's disgusting.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, there's a question that was asked in the chat, and it's a really bad question, but I'll ask you.
What's up?
It was like, what is this gentleman, how does this gentleman distinguish white people from Jews or something like that? Something dumb like that.
How do I distinguish them from Jews?
Yeah, do you extinguish white people from Jews?
Not really.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
I don't really distinguish people by white people.
Literally every Jew I've met has been a white person. They've been whiter than white.
I've met non-white
for the most part. Almost every yeah. So, okay, yo, listen, man, you gotta answer this question, okay? You can't bitch out by being like, I would choose my own life. You wouldn't choose your own life.
God, okay. If I had to kill you, Bunty, this is what I would do. Right? This is what I would do. First, I would sew your fucking eyelids shut. I don't want to look at your fucking eyes when I murder you. Obviously, bitch. Then I'd proceed to stomp on your fucking kneecaps to there, but a fucking disgusting pink paste. And then after that, I would just blow your brains out with a shotgun because you felt enough pain already. You know, I sewed your eyes and I stomped your kneecaps out. I don't need to do anything else.
Okay, all right, okay. I accept that response.
But, no. I got more. Then I would put leeches inside your fucking stomach. You know. Then I'd put fucking like Drano in there too, so they have a fucking field day because they're gonna be dying, so they want to get out faster. So they're gonna be draining Drano and shit like that. That'd be fucking great.
And then I would put Drano in my corpse.
Yeah, dude. Why the fuck not?
You're disgusting. You're such an animal.
How am I disgusting, dude? You're the dead one.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. Is there more?
There's more, but like I'd be here for hours.
Yeah, you'd be around for hours. You'd fuck with my body. Would you at any point nut in me?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tom Sweeny, everybody. Tom Sweeny. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. I had a great fucking time talking to the dude, and I hope to talk to you again soon. I will see you soon. I will fucking see you soon.
All right. Much love, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Stay on the line for a bit. Please stay on the line for a bit, and we're just gonna go ahead and head to the title screen, and we're just gonna have a good time, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, if you guys did enjoy that, please feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Also, you know, you could become a sponsor on the channel. You could also check out my Patreon. You could do a bunch of things. You could also go ahead and share this interview with a friend. The other thing that you can also do is check the description. Go to Tom Sweeney's page. If you've never fucking heard of this guy, you need to fucking follow him on Twitter. He's gonna start uploading content on YouTube. So that's that. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in.
We got a $5. We have a $5 super chat telling you to make content, bro.
Dude, I will
make content.
It will happen.
Make content. Okay, you can't waste your talent like this. It's ridiculous, and I have to take that advice as well because I do that all the time. So there we go. Good night, guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Have a good
Tom
one,
Sweeny,
guys.
stay on the line, please. Thanks.